first ever audio, video, visual experience of its kind in the game of junior hockey. And what better place for this event to happen, for this show to be launched, than in the best league in all the land, a league with just three letters, the EHL, the Eastern Hockey League, the E Show, as some of you hip youngsters call it. And to my right, a man who will never be mistaken as a hip youngster, a man who 34 in age, 58 in heart and brain, 95 in knees capacity. My right-hand man, Mike Consigliere, Mon Frere from another mayor, and a man who is going to take us in and out of rinks across the country, Rink rushing live. Lucas Jones, welcome in.
You know, Dan, with my knees the way they are, I can feel rain coming 2 days away. And with this Rink Rush Live setup, I can feel goals coming 2 days away. And I know we've got a lot of goals that are going to be firing through today. No shutouts. I'm a big defensive guy, not today, because today's show is celebrating the Silky Mitts. It's celebrating the Genos. It's celebrating the Bar Downs and the Sellies. We want to see goals on opening day. And more importantly, we want to see all the great EHL teams that are playing today. Remember, you can go to easternhockeyleague.org to follow along in the game center, to click on the game notes as they're happening, to research the players, to learn more about the teams. But for right now, stay right here because, Dan, we've got our first goal of Rink Rush Live coming up.
Lucas, you don't mess with Chow. We all know that. Anyone who's watched The Hangover knows you don't mess with Chow, and you certainly don't mess with Jacob Chow, who was chowing down to open up the season for his Pennsylvania Huntsmen. Lucas, walk us through what you see here on this goal.
So you see Chow score that goal, and we're going to go backwards here. You're going to see this puck get dumped in, cleared out by the goalie. I mean, both teams looking to play this puck at center ice here. And then you've got the Huntsmen who bring it back into their own zone. All they want to do is clear it. Just get it through center. But the Little Flyers cannot get this puck out of the zone. It's picked up by an on-time, on-point skater, and they get it to Chow to put that one in. We'll go back through that one more time, Dan. But, I mean, this is a case of two teams trying to get the puck dumped, trying to create some line changes for their side, and all of a sudden the puck doesn't get cleared by Philadelphia, and Pennsylvania takes advantage. We're going back to the initial play here.
Yeah, Lucas, Tadeusz Bezdek in net there, comes out of his net, a great play, sixth skater of a netminder. Tadeusz is a guy who's not afraid to get out, play the puck with a big paddle, gets himself free to center ice, right? So you think you're in a good spot. Next thing you know, you're on your back heel. You turn a puck over in your own end. Never want to lose the thing in your own end of the ice, Lucas. And it is hand down, man down. Nothing Tadeusz can do there from the front doorstep. Knock, knock, Jacob Chow's coming on in.
And Jacob Chow with the first goal of the season right there. And you know what? At first game of the year, sometimes that puck doesn't get out of the zone as quickly as you might want, right? But that's why you play all the games. You play all the periods, you play all the shifts, you play all the minutes. And that is a great first goal. We are going to keep going here. So the way this is going to work is you're going to see us diving in and out of these screen shares. You're going to see us jumping back and forth. As I mean, kind of, it's a Loki situation, Dan. Instead of holding on to all the timelines, I've got all the HDMI cables, and I'm just holding on to them. And I'm going to be like an old school operator, just plugging them in.
At first, I thought you were talking like low key, like on the level. I didn't realize you were referencing low key of the Marvel universe. Lucas.
No, and it's because I'm 58, so everything's low key. I think when you're that age and spirit, Dan. But we're going to go ahead and find the second goal here in just a minute.
I'll tell you who scored it, Lucas. The Philadelphia Little Flyers, after a first period that saw none other than Victor Sternad shut him out, 13 shots faced, 13 saves made. The Philadelphia Little Flyers, led by Laser Cat, Lucas, okay? We used to cover Aaron Catron, who's now playing up in the collegiate levels. Now we got Coach Mark Catron, Laser Cat, behind the bench, Catron. And you look at this team right now, this Philadelphia Little Flyers team, down 1-0 going to the second, first game of the year, and it's none other than the Temple, than Ross Temple. You know, Ross and Rachel, they may have had an on and off thing in Friends, but I'll tell you, Ross Temple's making no friends in front of nets all over the country this season. Ross Temple is a man to watch out for this season, Lucas.
And we're going right from the start of the second period because this goal was scored very, very quickly. We're going to watch a little bit of action, too, off the draw here, Dan. I mean, this is some of the first hockey that we're really getting to watch as well this season. A lot of build up to the year, I think, in the EHL. A lot of excitement about the players that these teams were getting. Some great offseason content from Jake the Snake Basile. He was interviewing teams all across the league. The EHL media was firing in full force.
Yeah, Jake the Snake, man. We were talking about it with Justin, our producer extraordinaire, and the guy who puts everything together, it seems, for the EHLs. There's that goal right there from Temple. And Jake and I are pretty similar. We're going to get a little bit of the fun, a little of the extracurricular here, Lucas. But let's go back to that goal. Just a one-timer off the pass, and you're seeing where the goals are scored. What I want to talk to, we're in junior hockey. This is developmental hockey. It's not just develop our wallets hockey like some leagues think. It's developmental hockey, okay? When you look at a scoring chart, not a shot chart from the NHL level, from the professional ranks, from NCAA D1, NCAA D3 hockey, the goals are scored in that space between the dots. And we've seen 2 goals to start the season. Both goals are from players planting themselves in that dirty area, in that space you got to fight for. And both beautiful little chances beating a netminder high 1-1 at that point in the game. You've got to put yourself amongst the big trees if you want to have a big response. You want to have a big goal scoring opportunity. And you've got 2 skaters in Temple and Chow who do that in the early going. Looks like we're going back to the Pennsylvania Huntsmen and the Philadelphia Little Flyers, tied at 1-1 5 minutes into the second.
Yeah, we're going for a goal here from Alfano. Skating through. I mean, you're looking at this. This is the first game that started on the day as well. So this is your 11 o'clock start, and you saw it right there from in the blue line. I'm going to go hit the replay button here.
And hold on, Lucas, what did I just say to everybody? You never score in the dirty areas. You want to get it to your defenseman up top. You want to be firing pucks from the blue
That's
line.
what I heard.
It's never a bad shot on net. That's what I'm telling folks at home. And what I'm telling you right now, it's Alfano. Oh, Tyler Alfano, the Thai guy who gets this one. Nice little move behind the net. Show this one here, Lucas. You got your cursor on it. Low little left side move. We're going to take it down behind the net. Goaltender thinks we're dipping and we're going to take this one in. Nope. We throw the brakes on and just skate right up the goal line. If they're going to give you space to get to the net, you go to the net. Don't give in on this play. You see so many young skaters. We're trained. Let's take it behind the net and then let's work. Let's get possession. Let's keep the puck rolling. No, if you can be offensive, be offensive, baby. Get after it. Keep this thing rolling.
And one thing I do want to point out is you've got 4 offensive skaters, 5 defensive skaters. Hey, Dan, where's the 5th offensive skater?
Outside
right at the top of the zone there.
Look at the spot, too. Look at the knee bend. Look at the Shea Weber. This guy could be playing in the Ryder Cup, hitting it off the tee tomorrow with the way he's getting through this thing.
And he just rips one. And with that many bodies, you're changing the eyes of the netminder as well. Yeah, I love that, Dan, because a lot of guys, like you said, they do want to take it behind the net, swing it around, bring it back up to that point position, pinch in the blue line, get some offense going. Through the center ice, I've seen so many teams fail to properly defend the center of that ice. Just fire a puck through. That one deflected off. It looked like 2 skaters and was still able to get through.
Lucas, give me a quick rewind one more time on that. One more time. I want to show you the eyes here, okay? I want to show you what happens. Your greatest tool as an offensive skater, as a stellar star, is the puck on your stick, right? Eyes tend to follow the puck. Watch him lull these guys to sleep. A little Houdini. I'm going to have you pause it when he gets up the goal line, okay? When he gets up the goal line, he's about to make the pass right there. Look at the eyes. So show me each defensive skater. There is only one guy who catches this D-man who's left all by his lonesome. You've got 5 skaters, every single one chasing one man with the puck. No one finding their man. The guy on the backside of the post there, the backside post of the netminder, he realizes, oh, gee, golly gosh, we're in trouble, ladies and gentlemen. And that's where the pass comes in and he fires it home. You can't get lulled to sleep by the puck. Yes, you play the puck. Yes, we don't want to give him time and space, but you already gave him time and space there. Now you exacerbate the issue by everybody just falling in love with the man with the puck. And little Pavel Datsyuk used to dangle. He used to dance around. He used to do all these things with the puck. And everyone's eyes would find that hockey puck. And all of a sudden, you just see the Zetterbergs of the world. Those guys just kind of skating around, finding space. Let's go make things happen. Houdini. The best thing a magician does is he makes you look away from where the trick's happening, from where the magic's happening. And right there, that's the shadow box goal. That's, when we turn it around, she was in the box. We cut her in half. No, you didn't. We didn't cut anybody in half. That'd be crazy. I'd get fired as a magician. Lucas, I was a magician for a day. I realized I couldn't do magic. It just didn't work, okay? It didn't work. Also, went to the movie theater to watch Magic Mike. I love magicians. Realized about 20 minutes in, not a magic movie. Nothing to do with magicians at all.
I mean, look, Dan, the fact that you walked into that movie just not knowing what you were going to expect, I love that for you. I love getting to just walk through life like that. And
Lucas,
we've got another goal that I'm queuing up right here for you, Dan. We are going to go over to the Nor'easter, and we're going to watch this one together. We're getting this queued up as well.
Me and you together?
Together, we're going to watch this one.
Power of friendship on this one, ladies and gentlemen. You see that low side angle in the white unis right there. That's your Connecticut Nor'easter. It's an all Connecticut battle. I like Frank Pepe's. They like Modern Pizzas. Someone like Sally's. That's what there are pizzas up there, and that's a goal. Okay, rebound try, Greasy in front, takes it to the backhand, jams it home, and it's time to celebrate as a squad. You just see it again. Puts it on net. Sometimes a best friend, better than any pass, is just that puck coming off the gear of a netminder right in front, Lucas.
And Dan, you said it has to be from the dirty areas. It can't be a clean shot from inside the blue line. You've been saying that the whole show.
I said, never give it up to the D-man. He can't be shooting from the blue line. It's a wasted shot. I said, get in front of the net, score him in the greasy areas. It's 3-1 greasy area.
And I like the development on this play too, right? So it's a face-off that's contested into the corner, gets wheeled around the back side of the net. You see there's some pursuit there. The puck gets a little bit farther. And again, it's a direct attack. A lot of times you've got this guy, you've got this defender that's sitting up near the blue line. You want to just backhand that puck to the defender, right? Get it to the blue line and swing it wide. No, fire that puck back towards the center. Because if you get some great individual effort, now you see you've got one skater on one post and one skater who's not playing the puck, going straight for the back door. So you get that puck towards center, you get that thing moving, a greasy goal right in front, celebrate with the boys, breaking the 0-0 tie. The Battle of Connecticut so far going the way of the Nor'easter.
Yeah, and it's Samuel Strand with that goal. Call him the Theater. That's a Jersey reference, the Strand Theater, Lucas. It's in Lakewood, New Jersey. Old school joint. Saw Jim Gaffigan there once. It was an incredible show. He did a great job. Makes you laugh without the cussing, okay? It's beautiful, beautiful time. I had a lot of fun doing it, okay? I had a lot of fun watching along. And Samuel Strand, call him the Theater because he's putting on a movie theater's worth of goals, okay? This guy's putting on a show each time out, and he's giving the Rough Riders a tough time there. Gets the 1-0 lead, assisted by Nolan Quirk and Josh Hauser. And it's early going. We're starting to see these teams kind of lean into it. I've got some folks reaching out to me on social media saying they're listening in, having a fun time. What I want us to do, reach out to us at the _NK show, reach out at all the EHL pages. Let us know how you're enjoying. Ask questions as we go. We're going to have guests. We're going to have dignitaries. We're going to have all walks of it, Lucas, coming into the show, into the studio today as we do Rink Rush Live.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun. I mean, and by fun, I mean incredibly stressful for me having to switch between 4 or 5 games happening. But that makes it fun, I think, for me. And it allows us to really get a good look around the league. It really kind of ups the ante a little bit. So we're going to go to one more goal, and then we're going to get our special. Is that your special guest bell? Is that what that is?
Okay, it could be. It was going to be a goal bell.
I guess it could be whatever bell you want it to be.
All right, special guest. Well, are we doing the – let's do this first and then – okay. Bell. Okay, let's get the goal. We got back-to-back goals coming in, Lucas. This is the battle for Rhode Island now. Right away, Commissioner Neil Ravin wanted to put the schedule together and just say who owns each state. Let's get some good in-state vitriol going in the early going. Nor'easters versus Rough Riders. Now you got the Hockey Club Rhode Island with a man with one of the silkiest Boston accents of all time at the GM role, Toby O'Brien. And he's taking on the Providence Capitals. These two teams, I love to watch last year. I love the way they play the game. I like that they got that lunch pail to work attitude. They play in the dirty areas. They do the little things right. And right now it's at 1-1. You got Eddie Leary taking on AJ Frankaitis in net. That's your netminder battle. But guess what? Those two netminders are going against it early. 2 goals scored 20 seconds apart, Lucas. The first one coming off the stick of Luke Haynes. Providence takes the early lead.
And you're seeing that first one here, kind of bouncing this one off of the sidewall. You're seeing, I think the interesting thing, Dan, here is the first few goals, just kind of some odd bounces, some odd passes. Nothing odd about that one. That was an absolute sniper shot between bodies from just inside the face-off circles. Let's go back and take a look at how this one develops.
Between the dots, the young man comes out and says, "Get away from me, hockey puck." Fear of hockey pucks, it seems. Seems like he might have hockey puck phobia. Get away! Just puts that thing in the back of the net, sweeping. Okay? This is a young man that when mom and dad said, "Go out, we need you to sweep the kitchen, we need you to sweep the back porch," he broke every broomstick. Okay? He was going too powerful with the broomstick. Mom's like, "Take it easy on the broom. I'm happy you're helping out. Happy you're cleaning around the house." But he goes, "Okay, want me to move those leaves? Let me go. Get him!" Back of the net.
And here's another example of how ordinary plays can become extraordinary plays too, Dan, because again, you're just kind of dumping a puck off the sidewall, right? You're trying to set up your offensive attack. And this is why you have to be so reactive in the game of hockey. Puck goes down behind the netminder, and look at where the defense is. Again, they collapse around the net. Everybody's looking at the puck, and no one's looking at not just one skater here, but the eventual goal scorer sitting right here. And as those eyes turn to look at the puck, they also see the skater, and they're just too tight in around the netminder. And this puck is up on an edge too, which I think is an even more impressive fact that he's able to get some good stick on that one, firing it past the netminder. That's a good looking goal. And that, again, it comes from an ordinary play, just dumping the puck in off the wall, that because you're able to react to what the defense is giving you becomes extraordinary. We're going to stay right with this game as well because we've got, you said, Dan, another goal coming up 20 seconds later.
Yeah, and it takes a deflection there from Luke Haynes in front, right? So that's Pentecost who takes that shot. I got to give all the credit in the world to Colton Pentecost, okay? Because he's the man who takes that clapper. Pentecost comes in on it. And when he skates as a D-man, okay, you see the puck go behind the net. So many times we just get lost up at the blue line. We're just sitting there meddling. We're going through the motions. If eyes are away from the puck, if eyes ain't watching, if nobody on the other side's in a dangerous locale, pinch on in, baby. Let's go get offensive. Let's be a part of the game on both sides of the ice. I want a two-way defenseman every single day of the week. Pentecost, the ability to skate dangerously without the puck is what creates that opportunity and puts that thing home.
Yeah, and it really becomes the biggest part of the game as well. Now you're seeing a skater, you're seeing Haynes going to the box here, and it's something that is so interesting about the game of hockey, right? Is that as you keep those eyes up, coach always tells you to skate with your eyes up. It's because they want you reading the play, reading the situation. You might have something drawn up. Sometimes you got to throw it out the window. And now you're seeing you've got a power play opportunity here, Dan. Providence, after scoring the goal, now they're down a man.
Yeah, and you look at it, you're going with a power play opportunity. That quick shot, win the face-off, pinches on in, just above the face-off dot, puts it home. Another one, if they're going to give you the space to work towards the net, put yourself closer to the net. So many times you see these power plays, you just get stagnant. You just start playing a game of catch. No, leaves his man, leaves him behind. No one comes up to fill the space. You fill the space. Go do it. Go take advantage of it. Beautiful little handoff pass. And watch right here. You've got a decision to make as the defender in front of the net, in front of that netminder. You've got to come play the puck, or your forward's got to go follow that pass. The miscommunication here, the forward thinks that puck's going to be followed up by the D-man. Normally, you see that happen. The other D-man fills in with that guy standing in front, shielding the netminder, opens up the back doorstep. So the D-man's thinking, I don't want to open up that back doorstep. Forward's thinking, D-man's got my back. That is a game one, first game of the year. The hardest thing to do at times, Lucas, is kill a power play or to score on a power play. And right here, you make it easy when you just step right in and fire it home.
Yeah, and I mean, you're supposed to you see the rotation, but then there's a little bit of overcommitment by the penalty kill unit, right? They are expecting that pass to come back up top to the point because, I mean, that's how you establish the power play, right? But if you're willing to kind of make some changes, you're going to get somebody to bite, and all of a sudden, like you say, Dan, that is a clear lane right to the net. Everyone's on the back skate. No one's able to get to him in time. Putting that thing in the top corner, you love to see the equalizer so quickly.
And it's a double-decker there, Lucas, because they wind up leaving the back door open because you get desperation mode when you see that space get left and everybody at the same time moves, right? So you still wind up leaving the back door open. You still end up with no one pressuring the puck. That is first PK of the year, whoops-a-daisies. coming out of the game right there. That's when Providence is going to they're going to probably clip this and they're going to say, we dislike Dan K calling us out for a bad PK. And they're going to use this as bulletin board material, I hope. Okay. Because the Capitals, you got to pressure the puck. You've got to bring the game to the power play unit. You can't sit back. And more importantly, you can't part the seas.
I mean, and here's the thing. If coaches want to be upset at us, we're basically doing game film for you. So we're making your jobs easier after today. You don't even have to go back to the game. You can just clip what we're talking about, shine the laser, because everybody I'm sure has a laser. By the way, that's a preview for something we've got a little bit later. Or do you have an actual laser, Dan?
I don't. I've got.
I mean, we've got.
Need to switch up the game.
that's that. So what I do is I give Dan a fake switcher. It's like when you give your little brother an unplugged controller so he thinks he's playing with you. Sometimes I give Dan a switcher that's not plugged in. Hey, Dan, if you could take your eyes off your fake switcher for a second, we've got a guest who's going to be coming into the studio here.
Adam Hooley. This is a guy who's at Tomahawk now, but he's still in 87s. He's a guy who, I once golfed with a man by the name of Todd Wagenbach, and he told me this was the best man in hockey. As a king supporting a king, I think he's also the most handsome man in hockey. And it's Coach Adam Hooley joining us here in the booth. Coach, number one, how's it going getting ready for your season, getting things underway there in Johnstown? And how are your 87s looking to kick off this one?
Hey, what's up, guys? Everything's going well. Everything's going well. We kick off later tonight here in Blaine, and until then, I'll be logged in here watching these games and getting excited for it. I know the boys in Jersey are very excited. We do have a small delay. We have a net a glass pane broke there, so we might be a couple minutes behind on the Jersey game right now. But they're excited. I know they're excited to defend the title, and that's the one part I miss is that I can't get in there and defend that title with them. To me, that's a really, really big thing. But the guys returning are excited, and our newcomers look good. So I'm excited for another year of 87 hockey.
Yeah, and Coach, talk to me about this. You talk about a title season last year for everybody involved in the 87s organization. How does a team like this come back this season? And that the target's going to be on your back. Every team that sees you is going to want to come out, and you're going to be that bulletin board win, that big note in the locker room that says we got to beat this squad. How does the team perform under that level of pressure, and how do you keep the boys understanding that more people die on the way down from Mount Everest than on the way up?
Yeah, no, that's a great point. I think for us, I think for them, it's the right ego-driven mentality, right? They want to prove that it wasn't a fluke. They want to prove that what we do in New Jersey is the staple of success. And I think that's the biggest motivator for them is every game knowing they're going to get the grade A event. I think that's the biggest thing that we know that's going to happen. And I think they're really excited to defend that. I think that's the biggest thing. The mentality of the returners were all guys who were, like you said, have worked up the ladder, right? They're all guys who played in our program 3+ years, played at the premier level, played at our 18U level. So they've been true all the way through 87s, and now it's their turn to kind of represent. And I think that's the best part about defending the title is you have the right players, the right mindset of guys returning.
Tell me a guy right now I got to watch this season. Who do I got to – I play the EHL fantasy. Who am I picking each week? Who do I got to get out here and get on my team?
I think you got to go with either Har or Collagen. Ivan had 40 points last year. Har was right around that mark. Both guys have been 87s now for over 2 years. I think they're poised for a breakout year.
Now, Coach, I got to mix this one in for you just because you got 3 Jersey guys here on the same podcast, on the same show. Taylor Ham or pork roll? What do you call it?
I go pork roll.
And we knew he was a good man.
The right answer, Coach.
This is why this is a guy you play for, okay? This is why this guy wins to win, because the guy understands the game. The guy understands what we're doing. Talking about your game of Blaine tonight real quick. Over there in Johnstown right now, you talk about ladders to development in the game of hockey. You've got a beautiful one brewing there, Johnstown in the EHL with the NJ87s. Talk to me about your game tonight. What are you getting the boys ready for there with Johnstown?
Yeah, it's just the excitement, right? And next week, the EHL will have their showcase. We have our showcase right now. So the buzz, the energy in the rink is there. Was there last night. There's a tremendous amount of scouts and people watching. And it's just there's time for our league now to take the next step. And I think for us in Johnstown, it's kind of continuing what we've done. Jared and the staff did an excellent job last year preparing this group. I'm really excited for the group we have. We have a good young group. We have a couple of Jersey boys on the roster as well who've gotten off to a great start. So it's really just taking what I've done last year, adding in some new things here, and just getting them excited to play and show the brand of hockey that I think Johnstown's all about. And again, I always say it, but it is Johnstown, right? And it's just a different ring to it when you say it's Johnstown. So I'm super excited to get going. I'm excited for the league to see what we can do in our short time right now.
Lucas, what do you got for Coach?
Coach, I just want to say that it has been absolutely fantastic to work with you last year, to see what's been going on this offseason. It's just been good news after good news for you. And I guess my question for you, because I've been queuing up the next couple goals. Lots of goals have been going through. I am all over the place right now. What are you most excited for this year? Is there one thing that when you look at what you've got on your plate this upcoming season, whether it's a matchup, whether it's new experiences, whether it's something specific or general, is there like one thing that you're thinking to yourself, man, I am so excited for this year because of it?
To be honest, I take it away from my experience. I'm excited for two things. I'm excited for three things, actually. My stepson, Jake LaRusso, starting at Chatham. I'm excited to watch him play, get an opportunity to see what he can do at that level. I'm excited for my little guy, Hudson, to see the Johnstown rink packed and see the Jumbotron and kind of see the next level hockey and see his dad in a position. I'm excited to see what he thinks of it. And then my daughter starting college classes, excited to see what she's going to do in the classroom. I think this year has been really exciting for me personally, but I also now want to really enjoy the outside factors as well. And those people have allowed me to get here. It's time for them to also be enjoyed and watching. So I think those three, my kids are going to be a big part of what I'm excited for this year. I'm going to get to work here, but I'm excited to watch them flourish is really important for me.
Coach, we put out a research assignment that took me literal weeks to put together. And we were looking at the numbers of active NCAA Division III players. The NJ87's in the top 5 of all EHL programs in that number, which to me, as a former Division III athlete, is the most important number when we talk D3 hockey, right? The EHL itself, atop all direct competitors, the NAL just above them. You talk about the two leagues you're dealing with, the NAHL and the EHL, 1,000 active NCAA Division III players combined between those top two in the game at active D3 players. I mean, to what do you attribute the success of player placement in your program and the others you compete with?
I just think we just always have stand behind what we say. We never try to act like it. We never try to claim something that's not ours. It's what has made the EHL so strong. Like the goal is simple. You're going to go there. You're going to play. You're going to get an opportunity to play the Division III mark and play, like you said, active. Go there and be on the roster, be in the games day in and day out. And I think we've done that from our foundation, from our leadership group and Neil to our owners. It's a very big thing in our room. Don't take from elsewhere, right? Just do what we do. Be authentic. Our players are our players, and our success will speak for itself. We don't try to do those things and engage in that. And that's the best thing about this league. We don't engage in that. We push the frontier. Look at the broadcast you guys are doing today. This is tremendous. This is the stuff we need to be doing. And I'm super glad to continue to be a part of it. For me, from my standpoint, this is awesome, guys. I don't want to take any more of your guys' time. You guys get back at it. I'll be watching over the next couple of hours. But love what we're doing here, and I think the fans and parents should see this and be really, really impressed with what you guys are doing.
Hey, Coach, and we're impressed with what you're doing. I've got a prediction for the night: Johnstown by 11D. I think they make up a number tonight. I think they stop the game. They have to halt it. Coach, go win it. Put up a bucket of goals.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Love it.
Coach Adam Hooley joining us there live on the air. The incredible work behind the scenes by JQ. Get it done, JSQ, baby. We're getting it done. We're putting it together. We're making things happen. We got Lucas Jones queuing up goals. And Lucas, we had a bunch of scoring montages happening while we were talking to Coach Hooley. I got jersey. I got a real jersey, okay? Big girls don't cry, Jersey boy style. You talk to a couple Jersey guys. I hear the word pork roll. I'm like the Winter Soldier. It's just second Marvel reference of the podcast. And let's put this one through, Lucas. Walk us through what you see.
Yeah, so we are heading over for a Warriors goal here. We've got a really cool camera angle that's nice and wide so we can see this play develop. First thing you're going to do is you're going to see this puck kind of get into the zone, and it's going to get batted around. I feel like we are finding certainly a theme in today's goals, at least in the early going. Again, trying to cut through center ice here, the center of the zone, and you're just not able to clear it out. I mean, that's been another big thing from today is teams who have tried to clear the puck out and have not been able to. So you see right here, backside of the net, you're going to try to wheel this puck all the way around. And that's a long way to go. But because there's nobody sitting up here in this pinch position, you're figuring to yourself, okay, I'm going to go ahead and fire this puck all the way around. The problem is a stick gets in the way, and all of a sudden a puck that was supposed to have a big head of steam behind it trying to get cleared out by the East Coast Wizards does not. And now the Junior Warriors are able to grab this one in the corner board here. And again, where does this puck go, Dan? Through the center of the offensive zone. Not trying to wheel it around, not trying to get it back up top. Goes to the center of the offensive zone. So you see it develop. Play goes into the corner. Wizards try to clear it. Some good play behind the net. Pinches the puck. Doesn't go as far as it should. Wheel it right back towards the open man. Some over pursuit by the defense. And we have got a Warriors goal. Michael Yorba, 11:53, the first assisted by Ryan Clausen.
And Michael Yorba, yet another cradle to college mantra right here, right? A guy who he was playing EHLP last year, got some time at the EHL level with the Warriors. He had one goal last season. He's got one goal 9 minutes into this season, not even 8:05 into this season, okay? That's your ladder of development right there. That's taking a young skater, that's turning him into a seasoned vet, into the cagey goal scorer, and another guy skating well without the puck. And Lucas, we've shown 6 goals on this show so far, 5-1 being scored between the dots. 5-1. I'm going to keep that tally up. I can't promise it'll be correct by the end. Once I get in the double-digit numbers, I can't do it. I was an accountant for 2 years. I spent 3 years in prison. I'm back here on the air.
You're just figuring it out. One thing I want to point out before we go to the next goal, you said the ladder of development. Look at the celly. That is a crisp celly skating through, stick up. The form is incredible. You absolutely love to see it. Now we're going to go over to the next. Now the goals are coming in, Dan. We are starting to find our groove here. We told the teams they had to score.
Are we going to the next Warriors goal? Because they scored.
We're going to the Express now.
Oh, we're going to the Express.
We're going over to the Express because I've got it queued up. That's why we're going there.
That's okay. Hey, you do whatever you got to do. I have the easier job. I'm just using my little stat sheet off camera. So I'm not forgetting about you guys at home. I'm just jumping from game to game right here. Okay. And you want to talk about one of our old buds. How about Nick Coda? Okay. This is a young guy who got away from the insane asylum and moved on to the E show. And he is tearing it up with his Express Hockey Club. And what a beautiful one between the dots. 6-1. Right in front of the net, you see him skating well without the puck against the Bandits led by Coach Drevich, another man who we've known for many, many years there in Bridgewater with the Bandits. They've got a raccoon for a logo. That's a trash panda. Big fan of him, Dan K. Watch where this puck comes from. So you think this is going to be a little handoff. So you've got 4 skaters that are entranced by this puck right now, thinking that this thing's going to be handed off. A lot of times a little backhand layoff. The guy skates behind the net, low to high, lets the D crash in. Let's watch where this puck goes. Hands this
Dead
one
center.
Right in front, right? Just get rid of the frills. It's early in the season. Just someone's going to make a mistake somewhere, right? Let's put the puck in front of the net. Let's get to action. Let's not wait around. Sharks in the water, right? Throw this one in front and let's see the shot. Gets that one off. Water bottles beware. Top shelf score. This is one of those goals where it's just, this is Nick Coda offense, okay? I don't want to see the extra pass. I want to see the puck on the net. I want to see the puck getting to the dirty area. I want to see the puck getting into the net right away. Beautiful little score there. And driving that one home was Sam Steinman, assisted by Nate Brissett. Okay, the other day I slow-cooked a brisket. This was Brissett. It's not a slow-cooked goal. This would have been really tough, okay? Just a meaty goal right there. Fires it in front. Steinman puts it home. Boom, it's 1-0 Express Hockey Club at that point.
And Dan, I mean, you've talked so much about this play being kind of a not quite greasy, but definitely in between those face-off dots in the slot around the net. Just talk about why that's so important while I cue up the next one.
Again, that's when you look at an NHL scoring sheet. One of my favorite ones of all time was Austin Matthews, a guy who scored a few hockey pucks. Okay, he might not be able to win in the postseason, but he can certainly score the puck better than most. and you look at his goal totals and where they are scored from, it is a gigantic red circle right between the dots for about 90% of his scoring. He scores from there, right? That's where goaltenders have to make a decision. Think about angles, right? Every goaltender, every netminder, every parent of a netminder has heard folks talk about angles, about taking away a shot, about getting from post to post, about just taking away that look for a shooter. From right in front of the net, from between those dots, you can go anywhere you want. The goalie has to make a decision. At the end of the day, as a shooter, if we are a good scorer of the puck, we make netminders make decisions. That is how we score in bunches. You make them make a decision. And in this case, he puts netminder Logan Hunter on his back skate. He's got to make a decision. Boom, top shelf.
All right, we've got two of them queued up now. First, we're going to go back to the Nor'easter. Then we're going to slide over to the Rough Riders. So let's start with the Nor'easter here.
Going on
Going to get this. We're all just getting shared up now. Here we go. Over to the Nor'easter. Back to this awesome camera angle as well. Nice and close to the action here. I do enjoy a low camera angle pretty much all the time. And there's just a lot of traffic in front of this net, Dan. We'll go back 20 seconds here so we can watch this play develop. But you've got
a deflection, and it takes a deflection. Mm-hmm. So that goal is scored from the man in front right there, posting himself up. It's Liam McGregor, the guy with a heavyweight champ name right there, who sets himself in that dirty area, stick up, gets the redirection, just glove side. So the glove's there. That save's getting made, okay? You watch a nice little handoff pass here from Dylan Danis. Danis is going to find his way to Josh Hauser, okay? Hauser's going to hold it right at the point. And at this point, we talk about you can make a pass. Here you go. Hand it back off. Okay, we're waiting. Do we want to make another one? We've got a man wide open to the left. Get the puck on the net. You've got the D-men split right here. You've got the two forwards that are pressuring you. You've got the space. You just created it. Don't dilly-dally on the puck. Get it at the net. Let's go. It's Rink rush. You've got a rush.
Rush.
It's a score, Lucas. A beautiful little pass. Redirected in front. 7 of the 8 goals are scored from between the dots and into the netminder.
And obviously this is a power play goal here, right? You're seeing the 4 men on the ice, but this is the part that is the critical part of this play. It's the handoff, right? And you've got 2 defensemen. You can see their sticks. They're blocking the low shot, but no one's taking the shot on the netminder, right? And that could be a team decision. Some netminders want you to give them that space in this situation, right? When you run PK, when you practice this, you have these discussions. As a netminder, what do I want to see? Do I want to be able to see the shooter at the point, or do I want my defenseman to get into the mix? And so all of the credit really goes to the man in front, who that entire play locked in right in front of that crease and just started bodying guys, just started becoming a real physical problem. When he stands up, he's got some height. He's able to really become a bother there. He's going to get that one redirected. I mean, there's nothing you can do as a penalty killing unit right there. That is just all power play run as successfully as it can be.
Yeah, and Lucas, there's another goal coming up in this one just 2 minutes after this, in this Rough Rider versus Nor'easter game. It's 2-0 at that point. McGregor puts it in, a little redirect in front of the net. They got the Carolina Blues going as well. You got to appreciate a team. That's confidence, okay? I've got a blazer that's Carolina blue, and I hang it in my office at the country club. And folks are like, that's a really nice blazer. Why don't you wear it ever? And I say, because I got it 2 sizes too big, but I like the color, and I'm too afraid as a human being to ever return something, okay? Same thing at a restaurant. You bring me the wrong order, I'm probably just going to eat the food and be happy for it. And I'll tell you what, the Rough Riders are happy with this goal, Lucas. I think you just got to it.
Yeah, and you've got, again, it's kind of an issue with the Nor'easter. They want to clear the puck. You can see the puck, bring it back behind your net, look for some space, and all of a sudden the space isn't there. That is a really heads-up play coming through right in this area. Keep your eyes where my cursor is right here. Just bringing it around back, trying to get the puck, and diving in. Sticks on the ice, boys. Sticks on the ice, creates the turnover, get it back across, and fire that one top shelf. That is a good-looking defensive effort coming through in a day that's been about quite a bit of offense.
If you're going to be turning the puck over in your own end, it better be along the boards. That's one where you're trying to skate up the ice, and if you're going to come through the ice and you're going to make a pass in your own end with pressure, you've got to make the pass with purpose. That one's just left off. It's just kind of a little We'll get it there. We'll usher it there. Things are fine. And you know what? I'm happy. I love a defenseman who's confident. We just talked about I want a two-way defenseman. But there's a difference between confidence and laissez-faire, okay? And when we're talking on Francais, things tend to be going, c'est terrible, okay? And that is a big-time goal right there. Turned over in their own end. Stepan Sidorkin steps on that one. 8-1 goal scored between the dots into the net.
And we also have a producer note, Dan, that once again, you've jinxed us all. You've ruined us by saying that there was going to be shutouts for all in your pregame jokes. There's a lot of goals coming through, but this is good. This is what we want. So we're going to go back over to this Warriors game. Let's see. The Warriors are going to go up 2-0 with 1:21 left. Oh, I've got it queued up already. We're going to go right to it. I'm going to make sure we're in the right spot here. We're going to get this thing going. I mean, Dan, this is everything that we hoped for out of Rink Rush was goals aplenty, being able to jump around different games, all starting in that 12 o'clock time frame, really showing off the fact that, I mean, hey, we can provide this coverage all the time, right? When you put everything in one window on one day and you have an opening day, you can cover the whole league at once.
Hey, this is gritty hockey, and we're just hanging loose, okay? That's what we're doing, Lucas. It's gritty hockey. We're hanging loose. And these, oh my gosh, I just broke Gritty. And the bell. We have a bell. I don't know.
You broke everything?
Well, Gritty just got dropped. Gritty got dropped hard. Okay. It's he might not bounce back from this one.
Well, we're gonna go over to this Warriors now. You saw a little bit of you're seeing the back end of this process as well. I accidentally left the screen share up. We'll pretend that didn't happen.
Yeah, Lucas, that's a part of it. If we've got two incredible producers who are doing an incredible job producing the show, and you know what? Folks get to look inside. Come with me.
Here's the play that creates this rush here, Dan, for the Warriors. See the Wizards trying to take this one down. It's a 4-on-2, trying for the leave-off pass, and a great back check here. Knocks the man off the puck, and now all of a sudden, everyone's going in the other direction. A 4-on-2 going the wrong way for the Warriors becomes a 3-on-2 to set up that first shot, and it's immediate chaos in the offensive zone. And again, a lot of guys looking in the wrong direction. So let's go back to this part of the play here. Some great back checking into the zone on the 4-on-2 rush, right? We're going to hit play again, physical play, knocking the man away from the puck, and it's all Warriors here, Dan.
And if you're going to allow a rush to Clausen, you're going to be in a pickle, Lucas, okay? And this guy is a big deal. He puts it in the back of the net, and he opens up the jar. That is the net minder here for the Warriors. It's 2-0.
Can we get Dan's box removed from the screen, please? Can he be put into timeout briefly? But he's 100% right? If you're going to do that leave-off pass, it's a good-looking pass. But on the 4-on-2 rush, the math in your head has got to be there's three guys coming in onto the backside of the zone. Right, so that little leave-off pass can be a little bit difficult. But I like the way the Warriors attack the zone here. They get 3-on-2 right away. And again, take it strong to the net. Don't go around the backside of that net if you feel like you have the advantage. Keep the defense guessing. And that's just a good-looking shot. A lot of snipes in the early part of this going here too, Dan.
Yeah, 8-2 now in terms of where the pucks are coming from, right? And that's one no bad shot on net, fires one home, finds its way to the back of the netting. And you've got a situation now, Lucas, as you see me in timeout. So I've got no puns coming for you right now. I've got to be I've got to be professional right now. But Ryan Clausen, and that's assisted by Lucas Lavasseur and Zach DeLuca. Okay, it's 2-0 that Valley Junior Warriors side with the early lead on the East Coast Wizards. And you want to get out of the gates quick. Like, yeah, I know. It's game one of the season, okay? We got a long season ahead. We got a lot of hockey to play. And a lot of times folks look at it and they go, hey, it's just a loss, okay? It's just a loss. Every point matters all season long. What always drives me bonkers in the world of these games, it's opening day, okay? Let's just figure it out. When there's one game left in the season and you're down a game for first place or second place or a playoff spot, everyone acts like that's the important game that changes it all. Everyone matters. If you win today, that one game deficit goes away tomorrow. That's the big deal. That's why these games matter. It's why we're having fun today on Rink Rush Live. We got a game going on with no goal scoring yet in it. But Lucas, it's the battle of the buds, as we call these ones. Two coaches, two friends of ours. They, in a past life, were called the battle of the buds between Mr., as I called him once mistakenly on an interview, Adam Bartholomew. It's Bartholomew.
Bartholomew.
And he's taking on the killer, Jason Kilcoyne of the New Jersey Bears. And those two Battle of the Buds, last time I called it a Battle of the Buds, Jason Kilcoyne said I was unaware we were friends. And I'll tell you what, they don't call him the killer for nothing. It broke my heart.
That hurts. That hurts the young Dan K. And something that hurts here is 2 goals for the Express. We're showing you the first one here. So we're going to start back in the zone here. And I think it's really great to show how these plays develop, because once again, I think you're just looking at kind of a possession that goes the other way, right? You kind of bring this puck up, you get it into the zone. Again, it's the little things that create the big thing. Some battling behind the net, bring the puck out to the left side, back up to the point, and some gritty offensive play in front of the net. We're going to bring that back to a cool point here, kind of see how this play develops once again, Dan. But once again, it's somebody flashing to the front of the net on a puck that bounces its way through.
Yeah, it's always Sonny in Expressadelphia, and that's going to be Sonny Arsenal, who's got a whole arsenal of goal-scoring ability in front of the net. He's assisted by Brody Hernandez and Will Bowden-Stevens. And he just, when you put yourself in front of the net, good things happen. This Express team right now just look like the quicker squad. I've been kind of watching them off-screen a little bit as you've been away from it. They just look fast right now, and we talk about the way Coda plays. Get the puck going. Get it moving. Get it to the net. Don't waste time. And right there, that quick shot from the blue line creates a juicy rebound opportunity, and you bag it home.
Yeah, you see the puck go wide here. It's into the corner, and you're staying wide as an offensive team. I love to see that, especially in the early part of the season. You want to stay wide, right? Because you want to be able to cover as much of that offensive zone as you can, especially if you're the quicker team. Go with the spread offense, right? Let the defense try to come to you. And in this case, you've got guys that are going to get posted up pretty quickly. You've got this pass that now comes up to the blue line, and now you're seeing all 5 guys basically overloaded on this side of the ice. Netminder still kind of looking in this direction, knowing that that's where the puck is. And this is a good shot from the blue line. This gets through 1, 2, 3 bodies, maybe a little redirect here, maybe a little redirect here. But the big thing is the skater right here, right? Knows that he's not going to be able to get to the front of the net to impact the shot, but you keep going. You keep going because there could be a juicy rebound right in front, and there certainly is. Bringing on the forehand, reaching around the netminder and putting that one in.
Just a beautiful play by Sonny Arsenal. He puts that one in. 2-0 Express. This is an Express team last year, Lucas. We got a chance to see take on the New Hampshire Avalanche, an organization that, when we talk about that big research project we did here with the Dan K Show, led the entire world in active NCAA Division III players on rosters last season. 45 New Hampshire Avalanche alum were playing actively on NCAA Division III hockey teams in 24-25. Chris Sorella, what a job for them. The Express were up against it, okay? It was a battle. It was physical. Coach Coda was keeping the boys involved, getting them going up there in the big Plymouth University, the beautiful building, had a packed house, a crowd in there, and just barely missed out on getting it done.
Yeah, and it was such a tough battle from start to finish. I mean, what a great weekend of hockey as well that we were able to watch. And we're getting some interesting play towards the end of the first here in this Express game as well, Dan. A lot of physicality, a couple of guys in the box. Real estate going to be a premium this year. I have heard from a lot of these coaches. I've heard that, you know, they want to be a more physical brand of hockey almost across the board. They want to bring in some bigger guys. They want their guys to be chasing the puck. They want their guys to be hitting people. Sometimes you're going to get a couple of penalties in the mix, but we are right around this second goal here. So we're going to watch this game for a bit and kind of let it play out here.
Yeah, the second
good
goal
save by the
comes
netminder
in a few seconds, Lucas, and it's going to be a 2-timer here. It's going to be a man for the second time already this season who finds the back of the net. But you get on the power play early in the year. We just talked about it. Somebody struggles. Special teams, you tend to not be ready on one side of the puck. Either you're not ready to kill penalties this time of year, or you're not ready to score on penalties this time of year. But I'll tell you what, we're seeing a lot of real good power play action in the early going. As that one's fired just around and wide, you see the battle, hard hit up the blue line, hand goes up yet again. Another penalty there, that one for cross-checking against Werner's Weinbergs.
And we get the benefit of fast forward as well. If you're watching this game live, you do not have that option, but we do. And here's a good power play setup, just slowly closing that ring.
You got a 4
trying to get the puck worked.
You carry this wide side. You're holding at the face-off dot. Turn back up to the point. Hands on wide side. Little tap pass. Quick swinger. Scores it. It's a power play goal. And that's none other than Sammy Steinman, who's keeping him stymied up there. No clue how to stop this young man. Sam the man drives it home. Got Ville Bowden, the man so good they named the whole village after him. And Derek Lewis on the assisters, the helping hands. That's just how you do it. You talk about it, Lucas. You're just tightening in. Make the pass get a little closer. Make the pass get a little closer. And then when you've got the space away from him, you get that quick look and you score.
100%. And they're set up really well off the face-off as well. I want to spend some time with this power play. So it's a 4-on-3, which, you'd think with a lot more space on the ice, it's a little bit easier, right? Obviously, you're only facing 3 men on defense, but you're down a man as well. So you call it a 1-man advantage, the 4-on-3. This is exactly what you want, right? You've got 1 man in the middle, 1 man at the point, 2 guys on the sides. They get to their spots quickly and they set it up. And when we say get a little closer, watch where everybody is, right? You've got 1 man in the face-off dot, 1 man at the top, 1 man just inside the blue line. When you're in a 4-on-3 or even a 5-on-3, every pass, you want everyone to get a little bit closer. You want everybody to move that puck just a little bit more towards the net, because eventually what that creates is the space in the middle. As you continue to wheel that puck around the sides, you create some space in the middle and you're able to get that cross ice look, which is what results in the goal. It's this movement right here. You're going to see it develop in the next couple of seconds. To the near side, to the far side. You're starting to see the guys chasing a little bit. Back to the far side. Back to the point. Still working it. You've already got the man at the point who's a little discombobulated. He comes too far up to chase at the blue line. That is the kiss of death for the penalty kill right there. Once that point man comes up a little too far, right there, that goal is basically already scored. And we're not trying to call attention to the individual skater, because again, that's a move from the power play. That is a great job that the power play does to be able to expand and be able to find themselves some room kind of in the middle of that zone to be able to execute a really, really well done power play down.
Yeah, and Lucas, the 3-man kill is the toughest thing to do in hockey. It's the hardest thing to get done. You look at trying to kill with 3 men on the ice. You can't get stuck in between. It's the one thing. You can't get stuck between. Am I coming up and pressuring? Am I going after the puck? Or am I hanging back and making a little triangle of blockitude in front of my net? And right there you saw it. Waiting, wondering, didn't know where to go, finally gets caught in between, and that's what creates a big enough space to make the cross ice look, put it home, 10-2, scored from the Dotson in.
I could watch this power play work all day. This is precision power play.
It is absolutely beautiful. You see that puck move. And we've got someone coming in here he's got commission as handled Dan Kay's award as the 2024 Most Handsome in Hockey, which was awarded to him by his mom, told him he was absolutely handsome, looked great in 2024 on a show one time. Commissioner Neil Ravin, welcome in. What a start to the season for you guys. We've got hockey galore going on Rink Rush Live.
Yeah, busy for me too. I'd like to be obviously at one of these teams, but as is brought up many times on this podcast, I have 2 kids now, and when you drop 2 kids at daycare and then you get the immediate call to come pick up 1 kid from daycare because he's sick, I want to go like in quotes, but like I'll take it seriously, all right? But he's upstairs napping, and now I'm on with you guys, and I'm still watching every game. So it's a busy day, but it's a good day. Hockey's back for us.
Yeah, I've got a nephew, Carter, out in California with my sister, and she always calls me on Wednesday mornings because that's when she drops him off for a little daycare action. She calls me. She's like, I get a little time without him today, and 2 minutes into the phone call, she got a call. A little bit of a bite happened. Bit of a biting. My guy's a fighter, okay? My guy's he's battling already.
The funniest is, and then we could talk about hockey afterwards. We can update care, but like they call you when anything happens, right? So like my little guy, the younger one, he fell at home last week, and he has like a little cut like right here above his eye. And then they called the other day. They're like, well, he just made a matching cut, so we don't want you to be surprised when you get here later on. And it's like, Okay. I
Ready
got
for it.
extra helmets. I got extra helmets downstairs, but maybe he doesn't fit in those yet. But yeah, it's all good. It's all good. We got all the games going on, and he's napping, so we're getting through it.
Now, tell me, we get the season started. One of my favorite things you guys do is this little opening day montage. You've got everybody playing right now, right? You've got a ton of hockey going on. We're keeping up with it. We're talking about where people are scoring from. We got 12 goals on the year already. We're talking about scoring between the dots. You're seeing Nick Coda's already got his power play unit looking like they're playing in the title game 6 months from now. I mean, how exciting is this first day for you, and what made you put it all together this way?
Yeah, so I think the one thing fans will notice is it does feel a week later this year, and that is 100% the case. Last year we started, on September 19th. So if you want to do math, we're 6 days later. Call it a week, round up, right? Junior hockey's in a really tumultuous time right now, I guess you could say the least, right? So pushing things back a week, what I realized was it just gave us more time to even feel more prepared, right? Every team has their own choice for how many different preseason days or preseason games that they want to have, and we added in the preseason media days last week. So we started in the South. Every South team came together and they played their own. I don't have a better word for it. So the word, I guess, is jamboree of games, right? A bunch of mini games, right? Then we did the Central, the East, and the North, because what I had in mind was by having those media days, they booked their own games, buying one more week. By the time we get to this day, Thursday, September 25th, opening day, everybody in action, you're going to see what you guys are showing. I want our teams playing like this from the very get-go, right? And obviously, they're going to get better. They're going to develop as the season goes on. But now, following this week, 1 week from today, I can't believe I'm saying this, we have a showcase, right? So I wanted to make sure that we put our teams in the best position possible when we hit the ice for that showcase October 2nd. Yeah. Because in my opinion, you value every commitment that you get nowadays times 10, right? And the college coaches coming out to see our league next week, October 2nd. By the time we get there, I want it to feel like our teams are 3 months into the year, right? We know in reality, most of these guys showed up right after Labor Day, right? Kind of the de facto start of training camp, if you will. So that when the puck drops for our showcase next week, yes, some teams will have a few more regular season games played than others. You mentioned Nick Coda. He only wanted to play one game before the showcase next week. A couple of guys have 3. But when we drop the puck on October 2nd at that showcase, the college coaches, I hope and I expect, will come say to me, your teams are ready to go. Like wow. So that was the goal of all this.
Now, Neil, I gotta ask you this question, right? You talk about the tumultuous nature of junior hockey. Okay. You talk about the state of the world, right? Operations for some seem to be an afterthought, just allowing people to do whatever they want. It's always been the Wild West in junior hockey, and now it's the Wild West times 10, right? This is the Will Smith version that's terrible with the tiny glasses he wore in it, and Salma Hayek as well.
But I didn't hate the glasses. Just throwing it out there.
No. But Neil, as operations are thrown out the window, as the care for players is thrown out the window, as media is thrown out the window, guys like ourselves, as this game changes, it seems like the EHL is investing more than ever in all of those things and investing more time and more effort into ensuring the safety of players, the quality of the product, the operations of the league, the scouts' eyes, the taking care of those scouting relationships, the broadcasting, and everything else in between. Why have you gone such an opposite direction of everyone else in this industry?
I think the way you start the answer is you say that, when people are putting money towards a product, a service unit, they want to see value in return, right? If I'm going to pay for something, what am I going to get in return? And right now, being a pay-to-play junior hockey league, right? If players and families are going to put money towards our league, I need to show them what they're going to get out of it, right? So start with our registration package, right? So this season, the price went up to $500, but they get the polo, the duster, the cut-resistant shirt, and the 2 CCM sticks, right? While handing out that gear, that package last week at the media day, you know, I was standing right there with all the rest of the league staff in doing so, and hearing the reaction from the players was everything I wanted to hear, because it's like, wow, like, look at everything I get with this league for paying to be a part of it, right? You know, one kid came up to me and was like, I wish I had this last year because I got a skate to my wrist and this shirt has the Teflon material right on the wrist, right? So I think from the player perspective, they love the swag because it's like, you're a part of something, bigger than just yourself. From the family perspective, where they're putting the money up, it's like, what are we putting this money towards, and how are they going to take care of my son in the process, right? That shirt in itself shows safety aspect of what we're trying to accomplish. The polo and the consistent, every team, every player has the same exact headshots, shows that we're a league, right? Every league has the teams that are in the top and the teams that are in the bottom. That's how standings work. That's how sports work, right? But we do everything as a league. We commit players as a league. The total number of commitments that we have is the total as a league. So I think that I've just focused so much on getting it, not getting it through, but working with our coaches, working with the owners, and being like, guys, this is our room. Like, we're one big family, and you can want to beat the guy next to you more than anything in the world, but you're going to respect him along the way, because we're working together as partners to get to where we want to get to. And as we do as a league, we just, here's the baseball reference, right? Because I know we're getting towards playoff time, and I'm a Sox fan. You guys are Yankees fans. Ooh, like we can cover that later, right? But just hit the single every single day. Hit the single every single day, and you're going to eventually drive that run in. When you try and make bigger swings that you aren't ready for, you're not going to come up in a successful way. And it's like, let's just hit that single every day. Let's push the season back by 1 week. Let's launch the media day. Let's have the showcase. Let's give every single college coach that comes out to the showcase next week a gift card to use throughout their time to Mick Morgan's up the street. And that's where they can really take care of themselves with a good meal while they're watching our showcase, right? I love a good snack bar pretzel too, but I think they'll love a nice cheeseburger at the pub up the street, right? Every little thing that you can do like that makes the league feel that much better, everyone that's involved and around it realizes, wow, there's something pretty special here. And it's just wake up today, hit a single, and get to the next base. Tomorrow, I'll wake up. We won't have as many games tomorrow as all the games that we have today, but let's hit the next single and get to the next base that we want to get to. And that's just the mentality that I wake up with every day with this league. And it's what I think the owners and the coaches have kind of followed my lead with, and they try and do the same exact thing.
Yeah, it takes the mental capacity to run a league, folks, not just the bank account. And that's big from Neil Ravin right there. That's big from Lucas Jones to my right. Lucas, we're getting ready we've got a guest coming in from Rhode Island. We have anything for Kamish before we let him go? We keep rolling these guests into the building.
No, please bring them all on. Like, this is awesome, guys.
No, I mean, I think one of the things that I've been so locked in on has been obviously everything that's been going on this off season. And I think certainly this has felt like one of the more potentially stressful off seasons for everyone involved that both I've talked to and who has talked to me against my will. So I guess the question for you now is, do you feel like, are you more relieved that now that it's hockey is being played? Like, is the off season more stressful for you, or is it the start of the season more stressful for you, or is it all just a mess?
I think I compare it to how I break down what a coach's job is for a junior hockey team. Their toughest time period, the reason why they are hired, is to recruit junior hockey players, right? Find the right human beings that they want to come in and play for the organization. Of course, you want them to be good, solid skaters and shooters and all that on the ice, but you want solid all-around people off the ice too. And they do that in the off season. Obviously, you're recruiting all year long, but you close the deals in the off season. When it gets to this time of year, this is really the bonus time. This is when you get to have fun and actually have the games and enjoy it, right? So to answer your, I'd say yes, the off season is probably more stressful because you're trying to get everything lined up. but it obviously feels different because there's no games or anything else taking place at that time. But then you get to this point and you drop the puck, and the first message comes in, and it's like, boom, Jacob Childs scored the first goal, and I'm like, we're back. Like everything that we just did for the last 5 months to get to this point, like it's back, it's on, and it actually it almost gives you goosebumps right here. I'm showing my arm right now, like because now it's like you're working towards where I saw you guys last up at Plymouth State. Right now, it's like, all right, we've set everything up. Now we've put all of our teams in the position for success. Who's gonna be there at the end this year? And I think that's the fun. That's the excitement of this whole thing is you put in all this work in the offseason to then enjoy and watch how it breaks down and plays out over the course of the year. And look at if it's anything like last year's playoffs, we're going to be in for something special.
One more question for you, Mr. Commish. You've got a matchup coming up, and it's going to be the one time I'm rooting against you this season, okay? Rooting against the whole
Why you call the game? Why you call the game?
You're playing against, talk to the folks at home. We got a little matchup with my alma mater. Some people call me the most famous alum in the history of the school. Other people didn't go to the school.
Nobody calls you that.
Albertus Magnus College. Tell me about that game coming up.
I mean, the college series, and I'll take the words out of Jake Basile's mouth, is the best week of the year. It's this 9-day stretch for us this year. Where we go from the Mid-Atlantic All-Star team to the Northeast All-Star team to the Maine All-Star team. And what started as, a simple text from people I'll saying, hey, for one of our exhibition games, could you play us, has turned into this event that is just, you can't even describe it because it's something that the players, drool over being a part of. The college teams I already have next year's matchups confirmed for the Maine All-Star team. Like we just dropped the puck on this year, right? And I think what makes it so unique is that colleges, given their 2 exhibitions, could play anybody they wanted, right? Go play your rival. It's right there down the street and get yourself ready for the season. Or go play this junior hockey all-star team that are all hungry to be on your club, in your program, and take one of the guys' spots that's on your bench and put your team, to bring it back to a previous question, in a position to really ramp up faster. So for us, for the Maine All-Star team to be facing Albertus Madness, Kyle Wallach, great friend of mine also, Chris Sorella, great friend of his, and playing the game at Quinnipiac where Chris and I went to school and Kyle coached Chris there, and you're calling the game as an Albertus alum. I mean, there's so many feelings that will go into that night that it's just like to me, it's almost like every college series has been great, but I cannot wait for this one. I can't wait for that night in particular. It's if we win, if we lose, it doesn't really matter in that situation, in that scenario, because we always are competitive. We always put on a great show for the collegiate program, and we always then commit players to those college teams literally on the spot or right afterwards. And to be playing Albertus this year as part of the college series, it is something that I had dreamt about last year, and it's a reality this year. And the icing on the cake is it's at Quinnipiac. You couldn't script it any better.
Don't ever try to walk up the hill to the Quinnipiac rink. You will be exhausted by the end. I made that mistake.
Yes, that's not even physically possible.
It's not, you shouldn't do it. I did it once.
Dan, I would like to take this opportunity to announce a feature piece of content for us coming up, where we'll be live blogging Dan K attempting to climb up that hill, complete with an ASMR of his breathing as he approaches the top.
We already had a hot dog eating contest once, and the ASMR of that nearly got us canceled from the game of hockey. We're never doing that. Mr. Commissioner, we've got some hockey to look at. We got some guests to come in. We thank you for having us as part of Rink Rush Live. And, hey, some more fun to come. We got a lot of goals we got to catch up on.
Yeah. I'm going to go back to watching you guys, all right? Sound good?
You're still watching good. You're off the clock. Enjoy.
Thanks, guys.
That's awesome. That was Commish Neil Ravin. And we did have a couple of goals come in while we were interviewing the commissioner, but we are going to go to first a goal in the Providence game, a Providence goal, and then we're going to bring on another guest. So I'm going to load up this Providence goal for us here, Dan. We're going to get back to the business of analyzing some hockey. We're going to start this one as it's going to lead into the face-off that leads into the goal. So let's get this one shared up for us here.
Lucas, are you an analyze this guy or more of an analyze that guy? Which Billy Crystal, Robert De Niro?
More of an analyze that. I like analyzing
I think
that.
they got it better. I think they figured it out and analyzed that. I think analyze this still had some work to do. This one up, quick shot there, rebound in front, jammed home again. And that's the second time today, posted right in front of the net, Luke Haynes scores a goal. Luke Haynes with 2 goals in this one. The first one, a redirect off a Pentecost blaster. The second one, it comes off of Scott Moritz, and Luke just jams it home. This is a big skater who sits in front of that. This guy's already got 2 goals. He's tied for the league leading goals right now with our man Sam Steinman. Let's take a look at Luke Haynes. Dan Kay going to jump into the numbers here. This young man is 6 foot 187. If you're going to be 187 pounds, 6 foot frame on skates, you better play big in front of the net. He does just that. He's out of East Longmeadow, Massachusetts, and he's just known for scoring now, okay? You put yourself in front of the net. Luke Haynes, this guy, he's dominating right now, Lucas.
And it's great positioning, too, because you see it's right off the face-off, win it back to the blue line, get it to the other side. You've got the initial shooter here, 2 of his teammates, and then he's just lurking back here. He's the real tall one in the frame. And you're going to see that as that shot comes through, it gets by everybody, knocks off the pads, and look who's in prime position here. As the netminder's already in the butterfly, he thinks he's redirecting into the backside. I mean, he knows the skater's there, right? He knows that Haynes is there. He can feel his presence. That's what netminders do. He's banking on the fact that he's going to be able to make that save and then get the body forward, right? Because if he can skate up into the puck, that's going to cut down on the shooter's angle. But Haynes is already in position. He's able to get this one. And a lot of times you'll see guys try to flip it up and it hits the body because the goaltender is moving post to post. That little 5-hole opens up and he's able to rock the celly. We're going to play it again, but Dan, this isn't a long highlight because this is as by the books as it goes, it feels like.
Yeah, you move the puck up top, you kind of pinch on in, you take that first chance, and it finds its way home. It's you move the puck, you move it quick, right? We want to move with a purpose. We want to get the puck to the net with a purpose. I keep saying it because it continues to be true. 12-2, puck scored in front of the net between the dots, okay? 12-2 right now. We've seen 2 scored from outside of that area. You've got to play physical. Luke Haynes last year, you talk about ladder of development. Guys stepping up into bigger roles this season. 4 goals on the entire year last season. He's got 2 goals with 22 minutes behind us. 2 goals with 22 minutes behind us. This guy's already on pace to absolutely destroy his numbers from last season, Lucas. And we've got a guest coming in. Director of Hockey Operations, Olivia Scalise, joining us from the rink. We just saw 2 goals at a big Luke right there. What are we seeing in Providence?
So I think the last goal that you guys saw was Haynes' power play goal. Is that the one you just went over?
Yes, we did. We just went over Luke Haynes.
Okay. He HC Rhode Island just scored again to go up 3-2. So you'll have to give that one a look a little bit later.
I mean, as the Providence Capitals Director of Hockey Ups, you should be telling us to just avoid that clip altogether. You would be skipping it. Talk to me about this Providence Capitals team coming into the season, though. What should we expect out of this roster, out of this organization? An organization I talked about, these 2 Rhode Island clubs. I love the rivalry between the 2 of them. But what do we expect out of the Capitals this season?
Yeah, I like their rivalry, too. I was excited about this matchup. These teams faced each other in the Central Division Finals last year. Providence won that series and went on to regional finals. But for 2 teams that are both relatively new to the league, HC Rhode Island's entering, I think, their 4th season and Providence entering their 3rd year, I've seen both of these teams make progress year after year and strides in the right direction competitively. So I talked to Coach Pearl at Media Day last week, and he talked about how this year he went a lot younger going into the season. Yeah. I think he had about 17 players on his roster last year, age out, 14 of which committed to play D3 NCAA hockey. Credit to him. So he was tasked with a good amount of recruiting this summer. And I personally am excited to see younger guys in the league. It's exciting. Both teams have come out really fast. So I'm excited to see this rivalry, the Battle of the Ocean State.
We have to ring the bell. This bell is no longer about guests coming on. It's Dan K's first mistake bell. We've made it an hour and 14 minutes in. before Dan K
In the
made America.
arms
Okay,
of the angels.
I'm not an intelligent man, ladies and
Fly
gentlemen.
away.
I'm not a talented man. I
Oh,
am
yeah.
not
I mean,
smart. I've talented as
full credit.
He's
I've
a
got-
man.
He's a
I director of hockey ops for the EHL.
for the
Olivia
EHL.
Gillies.
Yeah,
Not
there's
for
no
the
bias
Providence
here.
Cap- What I was going to
There's
say, I was
no bias here, Dan.
they got a whole director of hockey ops in Providence. They're doing it all. I'll tell you what, Olivia, that's many apologies from Dan K.
That's okay.
I have no discernible skills. Okay, I told Luke, I tried being an accountant, went to jail immediately. I don't know how taxes work. I didn't know we paid them. I thought they paid us. It stinks. Okay, it's tough. What are they doing?
Well, it depends how you do your taxes. They
It
might.
depends if I do my taxes.
We've been doing them wrong.
It more depends if I'm doing them. But no, Olivia, let's talk about the league as a whole here. Okay, let's dive into. We look at the end of last season, incredible championship matchup, an NJ87's team who double dips. You come into this year, everybody kicking off at the same time, same station, everywhere across the eastern portion of the United States right now.
Right.
How hard is it to keep up with this as a director of hockey ops, number one? And what did you think when Neil Ravin came to you and said, here's what we're doing?
I loved this idea. I loved the idea of all the teams playing on the same day. I thought it was really cool, experientially very cool. Operationally, past couple days have been a little bit of a nightmare getting everybody on the same page and ready. But I work with really amazing people, the league staff, but also team staff who there's so many teams in this league that make my job very easy because they're very easy to communicate with. They try and do the right things. So I'm very fortunate that we have teams that we're all on the same page.
Yeah, and we look at this league right now. We look at the EHL. You look at Media Day, right? We saw Jake the Snake, as we call him, doing interviews. We had all the content. We had the guys smacking each other with tortillas, Lucas. That's a thing the young folks do on TikTok. I know, Lucas, TikTok, it's an app. There's videos. They just keep going, okay? Most of mine are raccoons. But, Olivia, you look at the work being put in behind the scenes, not just on the ice. You talk about it, right? Just how much work's gone into this. Talk about Media Day. I mean, how fun was that for the crew? How fun was that for the league to have your first operational experience, not have to deal with on the ice action?
Right. No, I think that's awesome. I think talking about a league where players really do come first, that was, I think, both Jake and Justin, it was a labor of love for them. But I think the result we got is all I heard was praise from coaches and players who were just so excited that they could be highlighted for more than just the hockey. Obviously, that's why they're here. They love it. But I think those TikTok trendy things, like the kids love it. They have so much fun. So it was an awesome experience. And for it being our first year, I think it went super well.
Now, for a parent at home watching, for a family at home watching who's thinking about making their playing experience and or where it's going to be, where am I going to play when I get to junior hockey? Where am I going to play next year? Where am I going next? Why should they choose the Eastern Hockey League, right? Why is the East Show the place for them?
You know what? I'm going to be a little biased to the location I'm at, but I have to give a huge shout out because both of these teams are perfect example of why this league is so special. So Providence, they have a full-time athletic trainer, Kelly Meyer. She's accessible to their players every day. She's a great resource. We work really closely with her during major league events. And then HC Rhode Island has a full-time equipment manager, Greg Pickens, absolute delight. He works so hard so the players have a great experience. So for a league that promotes where players come first, I can't ignore the organizations that really prioritize the player experience so much. And what an amazing resource these teams offer. You're not just getting the on-ice stuff. You know, there's so many teams in our league that have full-time strength and conditioning staff. And I think I heard you guys talking to Neil a little bit earlier about like all the swag that kids get. They could not be more excited about those t-shirts. So it's little things that I think set us apart just as much as it is the on-ice product.
Yeah, and Lucas, a director of hockey ops born within the last 2 centuries. Some other leagues cannot boast that, okay? Some other leagues cannot say that they have that going on for them. This one understands the internet, and that's important because a lot of this stuff's happening on the internet nowadays, Lucas. You can do all kinds of stuff.
As far as I've been told, the internet is here to stay. And as much as maybe we don't want it to be, I think TikTok might have a future. But Olivia, I do want to talk to you for a minute about the art of hockey ops, because I mean, Dan and I have a little bit of experience with hockey operations, and as the director of hockey ops for the league, I want to know if there's something that maybe people don't expect that takes up a majority of your time, or something people don't expect that comes up, because when you talk about hockey operations, it's not just the games, it's not just the players, it becomes a catch-all job very, very quickly, right? So what's something that people maybe don't know or wouldn't expect that's a part of your job?
So prior to getting this league position, I actually worked for the Connecticut Chiefs, which became the Connecticut Nor'easter, in a similar role, obviously at a team level. So I did operations, and like you said, it becomes kind of a catch-all of like when stuff isn't getting done. And kind of my tagline is, if I'm doing my job, you won't know. You won't know I'm here. That means things are running smoothly. So I think I would say a lot of my day-to-day stuff handles roster moves. And it's a lot of the back end stuff that I think people don't see. It just gets done. And that's not to give myself credit or Neil credit, but when we're doing our job, hopefully there's no problems and everything's running smoothly.
I love that mentality, right? It's just, you want to make sure you're the one doing it.
Yes.
I say when I'm doing my job, you wouldn't know I'm here. And it's because I go on vacation about 80 days a year. It's an incredible.
I tried to go on vacation one time, and I had 45 missed calls in a week.
And I have abandonment issues. I need to know where you are at all times, and I need to know when you're going to be there, and I need to know how I contact you. The times were different, Lucas. You were asleep when I was awake.
Maybe I should go on vacation.
I think that's the move. You should go on vacation right now, start of the season, and shut your phone off for like 2 weeks. Everything, I'm sure, will be fine when you get back.
If people don't notice, then I think maybe I'm out of a job.
Oh no.
Yeah, I've run into that before. You'll keep your gig here, Olivia. We thank you for joining us. I guess before we go, what should we look out for this season? We got the college showcase we talked about coming up, playing against Albertus Magnus College, playing against a couple of the schools. What else do we have to look out for this year around the league? Anything else we should be keeping an eye on as fans?
I'm super excited for the upcoming October showcase, mainly because of the amount of games we have and the fact that this is our time for everyone to be in the same building, tons of college coaches. It came up so quickly on us. I don't know how it's already October, so I'm super excited for that event because I love seeing everyone in the same building.
That's going to be one to watch, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. The E-Show continuing to be the best league in all the land, thanks to your director of hockey ops, Olivia Scalise. Olivia, we're going to let you go watch some hockey. You can blame me for making it look like you had a side. That's on me.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up, Lucas, we're going to dig into some more hockey goals, some more hockey action. We had Olivia Scalise, we had Neil Ravin, we had Adam Lee, as you say. And now Dan Kay and Lucas Jones take a look into the battle of the buds. It's the killer, Jason Kilcoyne, taking on Adam Bartholomew. And boom, not just a goal in the back of the net, but a goalie in the back of the net. And it's the Philadelphia Hockey Club. They got a bell on their jerseys, and they got a bell scoring ring and goal in the back of the net. The New Jersey Bears going to have to bear down after that one, Lucas. Watch this breakaway.
Yeah, this is all speed, just getting themselves in transition, and letting the goaltender know as well that he is just all up in the crease, all up in the kitchen, utilizing one of my favorite strategies from NHL 23, just get the puck towards the goalie and deliver a hit. Dan Kay's worst nightmare is a Lucas Jones skater heading towards his net. But this, once again, it starts on the backside of a very normal-looking play, right? Philadelphia wheels this puck around, and the dump pass, the backhanded pass, I should say, the over pursuit. I'm going to go back a minute because I want you to watch the over pursuit that creates this. The puck gets put out to center, skates to center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All looking at the puck. You got 3 guys that are back checking behind the puck, and these 2 defensemen, they're getting a little watch happy. You miss the inevitable goal scorer coming right here, flashing down the side. A really great pass. and he's just off to the races. At that point, it's shooter versus netminder, Dan.
And you know who creates it with that pass? It's Brian Rhodes. Take me home to the place gold scorers roam. I didn't have anything else. Patrick Devaney scored.
Yeah, it's such a great play. And I love being able to break down plays like this because it really does show how fast the game of hockey happens. This is a play that develops in essentially 2 seconds. It's a skater at center realizing that he's got an opening and firing it to the man, just going high on the netminder too. That's really just an end to that play that's a little tough to stomach. I'm going to go ahead and get us queued up for the second one, and actually don't need to go very far because the next goal happens just a few seconds later.
Yes, that's again Patrick Devaney with that goal puts them up 1-0, 13-2 in terms of goals scored between the dots to the net in this broadcast so far. Let's see where this one comes from. It's going to be Jaden Juan, and it is unassisted, the number one goal scorer here, doing it by his lonesome. Okay, this one's going to come back towards that Philadelphia end, and just we talk about being confident. Right? I love a confident defenseman. But when it's laissez-faire, it's in trouble, okay? You can't do it. You can't be laissez-faire on the puck. Pass the puck in your own end with intention. You've got a skater all the way over at the boards. There's no way you're making this pass. There's no world where this puck should be coming off your stick. Yep. You've got two in the way, right? There's two places where things go wrong. You're on the left side of your own end. So you're passing this across the face of net at this point, right? It might not be completely across your own end, but it's across your own zone. You've got outlet to your left. Look at number 11. Bring your cursor down to the bottom left of your screen, Lucas. Number 11 sitting here, just waiting for the puck saying, hey, little pass to 3. You hit 3 with it. You hit Cucinato with it, who's already got an assist in this game. Let him fire the puck up ice to me. That's going to find David Cook. And you got a man down ice moving it, right? Instead, nonchalant, wanted to make a little soft pass, doesn't look up. Eyes were on his own man the whole time, never saw it. Jaden Juan was just sitting there salivating, and he scores the 14th in between the dots in front of the net, and that was probably the easiest one today.
Well, and here's the breakdown, right? Because you've just scored a goal, right? You just give your team the lead in the Battle of the Buds, and now you sit back. You've got 3 guys. You've got one skater, and he's not looking towards the far side, right? Towards the benches yet. So right now, he's making eye contact with the defender. He knows he's got a teammate to his left. Then the eyes switch. Here's the moment. So he's clocked this defender. He looks to the far side. He sees his teammate streaking away, but he's also got to see this guy right here.
And he does, but he sees it when he starts to make the pass. As the stick goes, the eyes go, right? And he sees right here. Right now he knows, whoops, I've got trouble. But at this point, just fire the thing, right? Like you stay with the pass, but you try to stop it.
I think that's the problem too. And we'll let it go full speed so you can see, but watch the pass. It looks like he regrets it halfway through and just ends up getting nothing on it, right? Tries to stop, can't stop, doesn't fire it either. So you just get basically this trickling puck right towards the waiting defenseman. That's a heck of a play. I love the press. The press creates the pressure. Can't spell pressure without press. And it creates the mistake that creates the goal.
Correct.
I wasn't sure how long that was going to take. I was hoping it would take you until I queued up our next goal from this game while we wait for our next guest to get ready. Also, second period of the same game, 1:30 in.
You can't spell pressure without sure as well. It's also a thing. It's correct as well. Sure.
Yeah, no, you can't. How many other words can you spell with inside pressure, Dan? Are you a human boggle? Is that your special talent?
Certainly boggled. I could spell ruse. I could spell pure. Sue.
Are you saying ruse as in like a scheme or ruse as in multiple cooking ruse, like flour and butter?
Both.
Yeah? Can you? I'd like to see you do that right now. I've got the goal ready, but I want to see you do that right now.
Not ruses and kangaroos. Certainly.
All right, fine. Let's I guess we'll queue up this next goal.
Isn't it crazy we live in the same timeline that Kangaroo Jack exists in? Crazy. Let's get back to hockey. This one Going to be Philly answering back here, and you'll love to see it. Little give and go, little shimmy shake, finds the back of the net. Again, that's now 15 goals within the dots in front of the netminder. That one little give and go pass. I mean, that could be run by Carl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson on a basketball court, that play, right? Little handoff to escape back, create the space, take a chance on the pass, right? You don't have the numbers there, right? You don't have numbers there. So you have two options. It's either let's buy time, let's take it behind, or let's skate with intention. There's two guys in scoring position there against 5 for the Jersey Bears, and you find the back of the net, a beautiful goal scored. Skate and play with intention. That's exactly what you want to see, and it's Liam Kanzler who cans that one.
Well, the one thing I love about this is there's 4 passes and a half sheet of ice. 4 players touching the puck that creates the goal, and really, if you count the player who made this deflection right here, you're going to get 5. So you see down on one knee, the pass trickling to the far side. First pass, second pass, quick. The job of those 2 passes is to change the direction of the puck. Right, so you get it going to this far.
Can we go back?
Go ahead.
Can we stop on the blue line here? Stop. Come back a little bit. I
see what you want.
Offside. I think this might be offside. I think if we went back and reviewed this, this is a tough one. I got to imagine Coach Killer might be a little upset. All right, let's try to see how good Lucas is on this one. Okay, puck still there. Skater.
Oh,
Lucas Jones, we are offside. Oh,
we got to call him. We got to let him know.
Oh, got to ring up in the.
Yeah. Actually, Dan.
Oh, is he on the line? Is he on the line?
Is the back part of that skate?
Is he onside? Is he onside?
It looks like he's fully over the line here.
Oh, it looks like
I don't know, Jim.
Oh, John, I don't know, Jim. I don't know.
We're also getting the note from our producer. That's off.
Justin with the big ring in from the producer chair. That's offside, and that's a difference maker right there. Hey, it's game 1 for the guys and gals in stripes as well, Lucas. Everybody getting their feet back under them.
Yeah, but I do want to showcase this passing because it's just amazing. It's quick passing, quick decisions creates the space, and the speed at which these teams are able to move the puck and make these decisions is so important because when you have that crisp passing, you're able to create some space to get around the defense, especially when the defense is in transition. And Dan, I think we're ready to bring in another guest.
Yeah, Joe's going to be ready to join us here. He's watching and taking in the Pennsylvania, taking on the Philadelphia Little Flyers. Always disappointed that all of the Flyers are not as little as the name intends, right? It is a normal-sized hockey team, and they are big in their play. Mark Catron, one of the best coaches. We call him the Laser Cat here on the Dan K Show. Aaron Catron, little family member extraordinaire. They're playing at the NCAA ranks right now. Had a great career. And Lucas, Joe's going to be joining us in here to talk about this one right now. It's been a solid game so far. We've seen a bunch of goals. They were the first one to take off them. And we're having some issues with them coming in right now. So we'll take a look at that game scoreboard. 3-1 is the final. The Philadelphia Little Flyers win that one, Lucas, after the Huntsmen score first.
Yeah, and that's one that was kind of our first game of the day as well. And Dan, when it comes to the Philadelphia Little Flyers, you felt creative this morning. You created yourself a little graphic in honor of Coach.
Justin did not do headshots yet, so I took it upon myself to make a headshot for Coach Mark Catron. He looks great.
And so there it is.
You can Coach, see Coach Mark Catron. We say he's laser focused, and he certainly was today. Okay, you want to know why the Philadelphia Little Flyers win this one today? It's having a coach like this. Okay, this guy's always purring up the right tree. This guy knows when to win meow, and he knows when to win in the future. Okay, these guys all over the place. It is absolutely so fun to watch. And another game that's fun to watch, Lucas, it is the New England Wolves taking on the New Hampshire Avalanche. And we've got Tyler DeWallaby here joining us from inside the rink. Tyler, what are we seeing right now between these two title contenders?
I mean, we're seeing just classic Wolves and Avalanche showdown here. It's classic. I mean, we've got it's one of the best rivalries in the EHL. the in-state rivalry, right down here in southern New Hampshire for the Avalanche, and then up in Laconia for the Wolves. It's a 2-1 game. We had a 1-0 goal from the Avalanche to start us off. The Wolves tied it up with a pretty nice passing play, connecting on a tic-tac-toe goal almost, and then Avalanche getting the 2-1 lead right at the 3:54 mark of the first period. So just a lot of action here, a lot of physicality, which is what we expect from these two teams.
You see some familiar names in the Wolves camp, the Cam Plums of the world, the Zach Spakuzas, the Alex Roys. I mean, talk about this Wolves team, that ladder development, and just what you're seeing at some of these guys that have moved up the ranks now in Wolves Nation. How are they looking on ice today in game?
Well, with this game, I don't know if you guys have had the chance to see a lineup sheet or not. That Plum Spikuza wall line is the top line for these Wolves.
Yep.
So, I've been doing the EHL Premier games for about 3 or 4 years for the Avalanche, and the ladder of development in that league is just absolutely insane. You can go from being a fourth line player in the EHL Premier to being a top contender for a goal scorer in the EHL, as long as you just keep working at it. Like those guys especially are some of the best players that I've seen lace up the skates, lace up a jersey, everything. I mean, these guys are very, very true examples of the ladder of development.
On the other side of things, a guy who I think is a storybook player. He was my favorite player to watch last season, Danny Storella on this New Hampshire Avalanche team. I just think the guy plays the game the right way. Am I a bit biased because my name is also Dan? Okay, do I kind of trend towards these guys? Yes, but Danny Storella, like, he's just always where you want him to be. Just is he doing it again? I'm guessing.
The thing with Danny Storella is that I'd never seen this kid play come last year. I mean, brand new kid. You have no idea what you're going to expect from him, especially since you never know what to expect from any rookie ever.
Yep.
They could be one of the best prospects in the world, but completely fail at this level. And Danny Storella, the one thing that he really did was he really improved his ability off the puck over the year as it continued. So, he was a bona fide goal scorer to start it off. Like that, there's no mistake about that. But part of his issues at the beginning where he would get sloppy with selections of where he would be, kind of his off the puck movement would cause a player to be able to get to him faster than he would have been able to normally. Regardless though, he's doing that. Danny Storella is picking up right where he left off. He was one of the better players, and heartbreaking to see that team last year for the Avalanche go as far as they did and be there. I went to the first 2 games of the Frozen Finals, and man, that was heartbreaker to say the least.
Now, Tyler, on the Dan K Show, we tend to do a thing called way too early predictions. So let's close it out with a way too early prediction for you as we close out this interview. Tell us something you're predicting, you're seeing in the future out of the EHL, out of the E show. Give me a prediction. Way too early.
Ooh, I don't want to get too ahead of myself. The way that it's looking, or the way that I think, or I want it to go anyway, I'm thinking we're going to see Express and Avalanche back in the North Division final.
I like that. I like the call. That's a guy who see that guts. Guy's got guts.
See, but that's the thing with the teams that are in this league and even in New Hampshire here. We're different. We're different, plain and simple. And we're going to show that and make sure that people know that, hey, the last 4 years, that's a fluke. This year's going to be it. Call it now.
That's Tyler DeWallaby. According to Justin, our producer, I am Dan Kangaroo. And that is Lucas Jones to my right. We've got hockey aplenty coming at you. Tyler, get back there. Keep an eye on things. Let's see how it goes. The Wolfpack taking on the Avs, baby. It's a battle between New England and New England.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys, for having me, and have a good show.
The New Hampshire Avalanche, New England Wolves. We look at that one. It has been a battle in the early going, 2-1 the score after 20 minutes of play. Lucas Jones digging through things, wearing the yellow shirt today. He's in mode. He's got a key to the city in the back, the key to the city of Pueblo, Colorado. Okay, they say they put an A on Colorado out there. It's a colorful matchup here between these two. In the red, the Wolves, the Wolf Pack. Okay, I'm always one for a howl, and this is a howitzer of a shot from the blue line. I told you, you do not need to get into the dirty areas to score. You can score from the parking lot, and that's what you see right here, Lucas.
I mean, you've been saying it all day, right? You don't want to be in the dirty areas. There's too much traffic. You got to open it up.
Yes, spread out, spread.
But I think what you see right off the draw now, this is essentially a single play. It's a face-off win, carry the puck back, and fire the puck home. But the one thing I want to point out here is off the draw, it's going to be a clean win back. You have skaters that are locked up here, skaters that are locked up here. This skater is going to be floating out to kind of look at this guy. This is your key right back here. You go forward. He goes to pick up the man down low, which is a completely fine way to play this puck defensively, right? Because you're thinking to yourself, okay, you've either got to take on the shooter and block the shot, or you've got to watch for the rebound and let your netminder make a save. Sometimes that shot comes in with a lot of speed, a lot of steam, and sometimes it kind of knuckles. This puck looks like it almost knuckles a little bit of a changeup and kind of flies its way in between where the glove hand goes and the top of that leg pad. But I love this shot. It's a confident shot. Some would say it's designed to really create the rebound, Dan. I think whether or not it's designed to create the rebound or not, that mid-level shot right in between where that chicken wing sits and the top of the netminder's leg pad is a tough area for goaltenders to defend.
And that's Alex Valentini with the goal. And you can see skilled defensemen, right? You tend to find your way to the NCAA ranks. You can see why Coach Torella has 45 guys playing D3 hockey right now. My gosh.
Yeah, I mean, success breeds, I think, more success, Dan. And that's what you're seeing is guys get on a roll when it comes to the recruiting, when it comes to certain things happening, and they're able to kind of parlay that. It's important to set the bedrock of your recruiting success. We're going to right back to this game here. Just found this second goal. You're going to see an offensive chance here, doesn't go their way, and all of a sudden it's a breakout. That moment right there when it's 3-on-2, nightmare fuel for coaches that only have two guys.
This is Wolves hockey, Lucas. If I've watched one thing about the Wolves, it's they like to score on the rush, okay? They are the – Rink Rush should be renamed the Wolf Pack, okay? Because that's what they do. They are Rink Rushing all over the place. They're going to score on the outlet. They're going to score on the break. And you see, when they get numbers, it tends to mean trouble. They have a lot of skilled players. Hands this one off. You got two defensemen back turn, not on purpose. They're trying to skate after and find the man who they think is going to go behind the net. You make that pass early. Take the game to the defense, right? So you see this pass. Let's play it through. Let's keep this one rolling. Gets them both off angle. One last look, dragged on in front, and scored. That last pass right there. The netminder, we talk about making him make a decision. He sells out to the post. He does an incredible job. I want to give complete kudos to netminder Jeremy Carpenter there, who got himself. Sorry, yeah, that's netminder. Jeremy Carpenter, who gets himself to that post. Okay, Carpenter gets on over and puts himself where he needs to be, and it's that last pass that finds Vincent Krager that gets it home. It's Alex Waugh, who could be selfish here. You could take the shot. You're going to put it in the netminder's body. Maybe you get lucky and you get it high enough. But from that angle, I got a D-man and I got a goalie. Let's just give it to the guy who's wide open. How about that? That's pretty easy, eh?
I think as a goal, you're not expecting that last pass, right? Because you've got the man on the wing who's got the puck, fires it to the man in center. He tries to actually take this shot, right, and doesn't quite get enough on it. Angle's a little bit awkward, doesn't get anything on it. And the defender accidentally knocks this puck back to the far side as well, Dan, which I think is one of the unfortunate parts of this play is the defender's doing a good job. We went a little too far back, but we'll watch it develop again. You'll see the man in the center of this three-man formation. He's going to want to take this shot. Defender accidentally knocks it back to this side. Now you're essentially back to a 2-on-2. You're thinking as a netminder, let me just get to that far post. Let me get right up against it. He does a great job, I think, like you said there, Dan. But it creates this little opening, and you just need a little bit of opening.
Tap it in. 17-3 now in terms of where goals are being scored for the folks keeping tally at home. 17-3. We've seen 20 goals on Rink Rush Live and 17 scored between the dots towards the net. It is a little triangle of space where you've got to be at your best, and you've got to be there to make things happen. We can be the most skilled players in the world. We can have the silkiest of mitts. But if we're trying to do it all from the outside, things don't tend to go in our favor, in our direction. Got to get greasy, boys, okay? Got to be like a Five Guys bag after they dump in the extra fries. We got to be greasy, okay? We got to be worried about if the bag's going to rip open and the burgers are going to be everywhere, okay? That's what we need to feel like. 55 burgers, 55 fries. We need that type of mentality when we're scoring the puck. This little give and go takes that shot from the odd angle, and you talk about make the goalie make a decision. He did. He still beats him there. Every once in a while, you're just too good. Okay, every once in a while, you're just too talented. And that was a situation right there. Going to the knee from the odd angle like Marty St. Louis. It's Alek Ravikovic who puts that one home.
And this is a power play chance as well. So we're going to go back 20 seconds here, and you can watch this zone entry. So zone entry on the power play, get that puck dumped in, right? Get it low, try to be physical. And they're able to do that. And I think one of the issues here is you've now got the puck trapped behind your own net, right? And that kind of becomes a little bit of an issue here because as that puck gets trapped behind your net, you don't really have a lot of great spaces to go. Trying to get it cleared up along the wall. And this is the second or third goal that we've seen so far where an attempted clearance either has been bodied or has kind of been knocked around a little bit. So it gets back up top to the blue line, still with the man advantage, past that one low. There's not much you can say about the penalty kill, right? The penalty kill is doing its job here. They're bodying up men. They're getting in the space. This is just a heck of a shot. There's nothing that can really be done. You've got the man that covers low. You've got the man on the backside. You've got the man bodied up here. This is exactly what you want to do as a penalty kill unit. Sometimes the shooter just beats the netminder, and that's what happens here. It's a great low angle shot. Dan, one of the things I think we're seeing over the last couple of seasons in the NHL that has trickled down, I think, through college, through juniors, is a lot of guys going for that goal line shot, that zero angle shot, even shooting at that stuff from behind the goal line as well, trying to get redirects off the post, redirects off the backside of the netminder. You're seeing a lot more success with these very, very specifically aimed shots. It's been a lot of fun to watch the Silky Mitts Club continue to get bigger and bigger every year.
Well, we said, Lucas, a bunch of times on this, it's about making decisions, right? Be decisive. Take the game to them. Like, as an offense, let's be doing something productive at all times, right? Let's not just sit around and banty the puck about and hope that we just find a way open to take a clapper. Like, take the game to them. And in a situation there, you got the opportunity to take the shot, or you got the opportunity to kind of hold on to things and see what else comes to fruition. And every once in a while, just fire it at net, right? Like, it's not always got to be pretty. The most goals are not pretty. We're talking about where they're being scored from. They're not all going to be these beautiful little wraparounds that we tap home and we get the celly. Like, sometimes we just got to take the puck and we got to go. And that was just a beautiful top shelf look. Beats them high. Any shot on goal has a chance to get into the netting.
And now we're watching this game live here on Flow, trying to see if we're going to get another power play goal here potentially, Dan.
Yeah, it's Jeremy Carpenter right there. The New England Wolves are on the power play. One-timer shot scores. It's tied at 2, the Wolfpack. How's this one home with a power play goal?
And we got that power play goal live on the air. So now let's go back and take a look at what generated that. Obviously on the power play, the Wolves are top notch. They're able to get this one moving, and I think it's creating space quickly. So a lot of times in the power play, you'll see guys kind of get bunched up, right? I think second only to stagnation is what you don't want to see. You've got 4 red jerseys all along this near side wall, right? And you don't want that. You don't want all your guys that overloaded. Overload is one thing. This is not what you want. So what do? They try to get the puck out. It gets taken away, and that's the key moment. Again, the desperation flip clearance, right? You think you don't have the time, so just get it out. But if you put your stick down and you look and you try to fire, you'll get a better clearance attempt on that. And in a moment, it gets knocked down, fired right. Now the space is created. Now it's all Wolves. Yeah, they're able to fire this one through.
Zakaryanov takes that shot. It came from Cam Plum, comes back to Plum here, right? Plum taps that one in front. And where have we seen this before? It's Charles Etienne Roy, who says, c'est incroyable. He says, je m'appelle Charles, and scores it for the New England Wolves, as you say.
as you say. But yeah, that transition from 4 guys a little too bunched up to creating that space It creates that first shot, which continues to create more opportunities. Dan, while I get this next couple of goals here, we've got a guest. It looks like Joe Sindoni coming into the chat. There he is.
And we've
Hey, what's going on, boys?
Nothing much. You've got that Huntsman green going right there, but it comes down to the Philadelphia Little Flyers today getting a 3-1 victory. Talk us through, Joe. You were on the call today. You're taking it all in. What happened in this matchup?
You know, you always wonder when you come in, you don't know what you're going to get game one, right? You know, for the Huntsmen, they have a new head coach. They have a couple returners. They have a good amount of returners from their premier team, so it's really good to see that kind of pipeline of development. I thought James Merigliano looked pretty good today. Jacob Chow, who started off the scoring. The Huntsmen came out with a pretty good jump. I thought they got things started off pretty well, and they scored in the first period. But then after that, the Little Flyers, and they kind of locked things down. For Philadelphia, I thought Socrates Kelly looked really good today. He had a goal. Tyler Alfano obviously had a goal. He looked good, but he's a veteran defenseman. He was more of your stay-at-home defenseman, I thought, last year. Of course, with like Cyril Yabosek last year leading all defensemen scoring. So it was good to see some offensive production from Tyler today. But after that first period, I really thought the Little Flyers kind of took over the game. They had almost 50 shots. Victor Sternad for the Huntsmen, goaltending-wise, as an 08, I thought he did pretty good. He was with the premier team last year. I thought he looked pretty good and had some pretty nice stops. And then today is Bezdek, a veteran goaltender on the other side, showing his true colors. He had a couple of big stops. He wasn't tested as much, but he made the stops that were necessary. But kind of after that first wave of pressure by the Huntsmen, Little Flyers kind of took over, and then, Huntsmen shot themselves in the foot with penalties, and, Philadelphia took advantage with a power play goal and kind of shipped it in from there and, getting ready for tomorrow.
Joe, you've called a lot of big games in EHL and the E-Show here. You've seen a lot of hockey. Tell me, what are your expectations this year for the league as a whole? Who are some of the teams you're looking out for? And maybe is there a guy out there who you might be thinking, hey, this kid's going to have a special season?
The league, I've been with the league since it started. It's kind of when I started my broadcast career, about a year before the league started anyhow. And it's fun to see it come along. I know, it's been repeated ad nauseum that, it's been a challenging time for juniors and, everyone's kind of feeling that, But I like to see the coaches, what I look out for more, I love the South Division. I've worked for just about every coach that coaches in this division. The only team I haven't gone through, I'd have to probably pry it off of their cold, dead bodies, but I haven't called an 87s game yet. So I don't think Anthony DiPaolo or Chris Russo will let me in on that. I'd have to call in the big guns. But, every other team, I've either worked for that team or that coach at some point broadcasting. So it's fun. They all get along. I love the South Division because there's no days off. Last year, there were two separate division races in one division. You had the Bears and the 87s, with Jason Kilcoyne, Adam Hooley going at it for the top two spots. And then 3 through 5 with Philadelphia Hockey Club, the Little Flyers, and the Huntsmen. They were all dancing around for the latter part of the season. So it was really fun. I want to see some of the returners kind of take that next step. Kind of, speaking Little Flyers Huntsman-wise, because that's who I mainly see. I want to see Augie Caesar in another year. This is his third year with the Huntsmen. He spent time with the Premier at first. Last year with the EHL. A lot of big production guys are now going from the Huntsmen off to the NCAA, things like that. So I want to see Augie Caesar. I thought he looked pretty good today. He's a good kind of grinding, battling guy, but I talked to him pregame. He wants to step up his production, so I hope that happens for him because he's a really good kid. Meanwhile, Little Flyer side, you had Owen Ozer. He was a big goal scorer last year. He was all South Division team, and it's always a hard jump from EHLP to EHL. So I want to see those guys kind of make their differences. And another kid I thought looked good for the Huntsmen was James Merigliano. He was named a part of the all prospects teams for the Huntsmen. He had a great year last year, had like 13 points in 7 games in the playoffs last year, and he caught fire, but he had a great season overall. But same thing, that Premier to EHL jump, I always look to see how those guys react because you're not going to see that 40, 50-point season. That just kind of doesn't happen. I've been around long enough. It doesn't happen that often. But just because the production's down doesn't mean that player can't develop. And, then that third year, especially if they're a third-year EHL guy, you see that kind of production ramp back up. So that's what I'm kind of most forward to seeing, the younger guys taking that jump and seeing how it might not be there point-wise, but it's going to be there knowledge-wise, and, they grow from there.
Well, you talk about not their point-wise. That's what happens at the NCAA Division III level as well, right? That's what happens at the NCAA level as a whole. It's nobody scoring 4 a night, 5 a night points-wise at that level of play. And that's what the EHL does a great job of preparing you for. It's real-life hockey, right? You don't get there with your head on a swivel when you get it to the next level. You're ready to play. You're at that speed. You're at that pace. And that's what you want out of a game like today. That's what we saw in this Huntsman and Philadelphia Little Flyers battle. We were listening in, watching in with you guys from the jump. You talked about that Jacob Chow goal, battling in front there, makes something happen, kicks off the season. The very first goal of the EHL season scored by Jacob Chow. He'll keep that one forever. We talk about on this show, though, Joe, we make way too early predictions, okay?
Right.
We always like to make the juicy goose happen here.
Right.
Tell me, a way too early prediction for you, maybe player-based, maybe team-based. What do we got coming out of PA?
Listen, like I said, I've been in the South Division all these years. There is no prediction when it comes to the South Division. I mean, there isn't. You can the Bears started off last year by Thanksgiving. They looked invincible. And then all of a sudden, here comes the 87s. And they got this, so you are not safe with any type of prediction in the South Division. So I'm not even going to go there because you're just going to be made foolish. Maybe for the North Conference or North Division or the East, the usual suspects, the Wizards are always good, the Express, the Avalanche, the Wolves, those guys, are always doing their thing. They're buzzing along. But the South, you don't know, man. It's the wild, the wild, wild South, I guess you could say. I mean, there is no, because a team will pull away, a player will pull away, and then all of a sudden they got company real quick. And I love that because it keeps the whole division honest because, as the easy saying is, no days off, right? Of course. But in this division, you got to get your points early and often. I loved what Mark Catron said in the offseason on the E! Show with Jake Basile. When you play.
This, Lucas, a moment.
Oh, no.
Frozen in time. Joe's thoughts.
We'll never know what he said.
For the big screen, too big for the moment. And I think what Joe's saying here is more of a take on the world as a whole right now in hockey. I think speechless is what some of us are when we think about the game and where it's come to. And
that was like a Sopranos level cliffhanger.
So we're never going to know what Joe thinks.
One of the things I've been so excited about, and one of the things I want to share with you is nothing. He did reference
a thing with us. I ain't going to tell you.
I had a great question for him because my question was he is the broadcaster for both of the teams that played in the opening game today.
Yeah.
And I was going to ask him, does he have this would be a great question for him. Is he switching ties back and forth with the different colors? Is he calling both games Kevin Harlan style? How does that work? But now we're never going to know.
I thought you were going to ask him.
I was ready.
I was going to tee up a question because I'm going to be real honest with you. I've had to pee for the last hour. I came here straight from closing deals at the country club to get on the air, and I forgot. It's a commercial. We're
hearing now. We're being told.
Commercial free. I'm not taking a commercial. First of all, okay, number one, as an investor, I call myself investor. I need you to never go to commercial on Red Zone. What they've done to our product, what they're doing, it starts with commercials. It starts with commercials. Then next thing you know, like every other thing on television, Kevin Hart has to have 5 minutes on the air to just yell about things. I don't think Kevin Hart's made a joke in 7 years. I think he just gets louder and louder and louder. Okay. He's on every DraftKings commercial. He's doing that hot tub show where it's a cold tub where he interviews people in cold tubs. I don't understand the path. He also is on the no-fly list for the Philadelphia Eagles, Lucas, because he got too drunk at the NFC Championship game.
What a wild resume. Hot tub, cold tub, banned from the Eagles, and louder and louder. And
I think it's because he's an Eagles fan that I'm anti him. I think we just talked to a Pennsylvania guy. My Giants fan came out. It's been a tough decade, okay? It's been a tough decade, but it's going to turn around. I'm loyal. If you're a Giants fan, you're as loyal as they come, Lucas.
I mean, that's basically how it goes. And we're going to get into our next couple of goals here. We're going to keep Dan on screen as long as possible.
No. Ah.
We're going to the 87s versus Apple Core right now. This goal happens pretty quickly here, Dan. And I'm going to go back a couple of clicks here because this is another one. It's some big physical play, a clearance that doesn't go, and here come the 87s. I mean, the 87s, they keep this puck moving towards the net. They're keeping themselves forward, and it's going to end up being a pass that kind of cuts across the ice right here, finds some space, spins around, and you just can't let a guy get that close.
I'll tell you what, that one's 17-4 now in terms of where the shots are coming from. This is just a beauty. Backs it up. No, he does get to the dot, Lucas. That's never mind. 18-3 still. And you can't give a man that much space to work. You got to put a body on him there as he's backing up, right? And a team like the NJ87s, everybody on the ice is a scoring threat. That's a William Forster who forces that one home. Nice little pass here. Good look from Alexander Haar. Alexander the Great on that one. And Forster just backs up. He's got time. He's got space. Look where our skaters are right now. You look where all five are. It's creating a lowercase c defensively. That's not going to get the job done, right? That's that early season woe right there. You've got a guy trying to skate in. You got to make up for space sometimes. Sometimes you've got to leave your spot to go pressure the puck, and you get caught in between here as a D-man, right? You don't know whether you want to put a body where you're supposed to be or if you want to go help out where your forward's kind of lost here coming cross ice to follow the puck. You don't know where to go, so now you're not doing either thing, right? So that opens up the space for a skater to just be bothersome in front, and here comes the shot, beats him glove side.
Yeah, that's 100% it, right? It's getting caught in between, and look, first game of the year, right? You're seeing this game speed. You know, Kamish came on and talked about it. There are tune-up games. Each team's got a different number. Each team's got a different preference. But even tune-up games, they're there to kind of tune you up in terms of getting the body ready. Not so much seeing that game speed for the first time. And you know, you go back to it and you kind of see that indecision is really the killer on this play. The indecision, chasing the puck a little bit too much. I know we sound like a broken record here. They're going to say, guys, how many times are you going to talk about guys who are watching the puck, chasing the puck? This is something that I know I talk about on the broadcast a lot as a defensive guy. As when you're on the defensive side of the puck, you have to be in a spot. Not everyone can chase the puck. Not everyone is looking at the puck. A lot of times you're just aware of where the puck is so that you can put yourself in the right position defensively. You start chasing, you start getting out of positions. We saw a couple of power play goals that were scored because the PK got lulled into the wrong spot. And here, Dan, I think you put it best when you said this lowercase c. That's a tough place to get drawn into. You can even see that if he doesn't want to take this shot, he's got an option right here on the back door. He's got an option up top that's a bailout that keeps the play going. But when you're that close, when you're near the faceoff dot and you've got a guy in front, and you're able to get this thing fired towards the net. And what a great job here on the back door, too. You put that shot in, you've got two skaters right in front who are able to handle a rebound if there is one. No rebound there, no rebound necessary.
No body on either one, right? Neither side's boxed out. Like I know it's a quick shot. I know everything's happening, but you got to be working to find that body. The puck comes loose there. Even if your stick gets to the puck, you've got two guys. If it's a straight on save, there's center mass and drops in front. It's a jam home right between the legs. Even if you're using the stick, you'll get out physical for that one. If it's that redirection save, if he makes a beautiful save and steers it aside, the goaltender should get an assist. He's going to give him a nice little tap home score because it's just a race with sticks to the puck. As a defender, right? Find a body. It's what made Dennis Rodman great on a basketball court. He's not rebounding because he out jumps you. He's out rebounding because he out physicals you. And that was absolutely filthy.
That was filthy, Dan. And that one also kind of came together in an instant here. Can't give a guy like that too much time and space with the puck. And time and space gets generated pretty well here. Look at the move between the legs, the backhand on the netminder as well.
Let's see if I can look at Chris Berman. Chris Berman, ready? Gets this puck in, takes it through, and whoop! Takes it home, pops it through. What a goal, Lucas.
And that's a great job, too. Some physical play right in front. I know you want to lay the body here. I know you're frustrated because a guy got a stick in between your legs, but you're hitting the man as your head's whipping around to find the puck.
I don't mind that body there, Lucas, because, look, you've got a man coming, right? So you're taking a guy out of the play. We just told him to take a guy out of the play. I think that was fine. I think Erasmus just makes a filthy move. What are you going to do here? He goes betwixt and between. He nutmegs him, right? Like the D-man's there, but the stick's taking him out wide. The stick's taking him out here. You got to come play the body, play the man. Don't play where he's going, play where he's at right there. You've got the space to him. He cut him off, right? He took him where he wanted to take him. But now if you're gonna ride him to the outside, you got to ride him to the outside. You can't go to ride him to the outside and then not take the body. Because then it just allows the space for a nifty little move, goes between the legs. I don't mind that first body. I don't mind that contact. He takes a man out of the play. He's being physical. He's angry. He's a little grumpy. He's ornery, okay? Sometimes we get ornery on the game of hockey. It's okay to be physical. This is just a beautiful move by Erasmus. I think no matter what you do here, you're in trouble. But just a little bit off edge, a little bit off with line where he wants to be. Thought he was going to be taken a little wider, and Erasmus just takes it to him.
Yeah, and that's a heck of a move. That is a heck of a goal. I mean, we have seen some really, really fun ones to kick things off. We've got some more guests that are coming on. We want to thank all of our guests that have come on so far. This has been so much fun to do. I want to thank Justin behind the scenes, but we are not done yet. I'm thanking people, but don't think for a minute that we're done. I just want to thank the people that have come on so far to make this fantastic. We've got some guests that are still coming on. And it sounds like we might have one coming on soon here.
And I like Lucas for asking the first question to our next guest while I just disappear from your camera for a minute and 45 seconds.
To go nowhere.
You go nowhere. You see nothing on the camera. You've seen nothing happen. Lucas will not talk about anything while I'm away that involves me. The question will be asked, and it will be Chris Russo at ice level once he pops in from the 87s game.
Yeah, and Dan, I have a question for you. It's in 6 parts, and I'm hoping you can answer them individually here. First part, is that a full button-down short sleeve shirt you're rocking?
It is. It's Florida. So Dan K's selling golf memberships now, so he's got to stay cool and clean. We've got a man, Christopher Russo, on the ice side. Lucas Jones, ask this man a question.
Hey, Dan, it's a little tough to hear you in here. I'm actually just inside the penalty box here at Jersey Shore Arena. 87th just jumped in front by a score of 3-0. Matthew Duffy with his first EHL goal went top shelf on Brendan Smith. No relation to Brendan Smith. 3-0 87s, about 4.5 gone by, and nearly a break there for Hudson Howard as well. 87's really buzzing to start.
The 87s, so much skill to start off with. We just watched the goal from Erasmus going through the legs, going nutmeg. A huge amount of skill coming from that young man.
Chase Chalfin, the former Apple Porter and the former 87, now 4-0 advantage. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Russo coming in. There's too many goals. Too many goals for the man to focus. I love that. Joining in live from the penalty box. I think he's trying to hang up. You could do it, Chris. Chris Russo coming in live from ice level, the 87s. We just talked through the first 2 goals for the 87s. The third goal being scored just before Russo comes on with us. The fourth goal being scored while he's on with us. The 87s right now absolutely making a statement in the first game of the season, putting up 4 goals so far against Apple Corps. We saw the Erasmus goal, a lot of skill there. I'm excited to queue up these next 2 goals when we get a chance coming through. But I do want to take a moment to, like I said, continue to thank people, because this is an event that, I mean, we talked with Olivia, the director of hockey ops for the EHL, about what it's like to be the hockey ops person for a league and some things you might not expect. For the folks that are watching at home, an event like this that we're currently doing, Rink Rush Live, it does not just happen with a couple of folks. It happens with a ton of folks everywhere. It's producers behind the scenes, it's hosts on camera, it's everyone who has joined us so far. It has been an absolute success. You know, you always think, Dan, coming into these types of events, you're always worried. As the tech guy, I'm always worried about things that can go wrong during a live broadcast. But knock on wood, everything has been fantastic so far. We had Mr. Russo, Christopher Russo, joining us. The third goal was scored right before he came in, Dan. Fourth goal scored as it was happening. The noise deafening inside that arena. The 87's now up to a 4-0 lead.
Little domination from the defending champs. They're ready to answer the bell, Lucas. Crazy stuff was going on off screen. I don't even know what's happening out here. I had to go check in on some things. Some business had to be dealt to. And now, Lucas, where are we going to next? What game are we going to next? What are we talking about here?
It looks like we're going to stay with the 87s here, Dan. I'm going to queue up 2 goals that happened about 1 minute and 30 seconds apart. So we are going to stay where the action is. 5-0 87s now.
Goal. Handful. They're a handful right now, Lucas. They got 5 of them. Matthew Duffy, Chase Chalfin, Leonard Steiger. Sorry, it's been a battle right now. They got 3 goals in 1.5 minutes of time. Okay, watch the 87s here from the quad box up top. We're taking this one wide side, trying to battle it in front. Clearance attempt doesn't make its way out. Taken right back behind. You're going to skate it to the corner, trying to find some space to work. Shimmy shakes this one up to the blue line. Quick shot, redirected, waffle bordered away. Rebound try, scored. The 20th goal of the day between the dots towards the netminder. That's 20-3 in that number.
Yeah, that's a good-looking goal, too. I mean, the 87's just pouring it on right now, Dan. I mean, you're cycling the puck, you're moving the puck, things are looking good. We've got that goal, and then we've got about a minute after it, we've got their fourth goal coming in at 4:55. We're going to try to skip ahead a little bit here. We should be able to see it in the next couple of seconds.
Poke check right there, knocking that one aside. Beautiful play, outlet pass, get the boys rolling up towards center. You'll love to see a nice poke check from the D-man when you get a chance to. This one turned back in front, goal scored, 21 goals scored in front of the netminder.
And that's the poke check. That is fundamental defensive play at its best. The goal, you love to see the effort, but I'm going to show this poke check one more time, Dan. We're coming right up on it.
It's Troy
Sticks on the ice.
Troy Mulholland right there. Scott Stevens, pretty good defenseman, once said, "You have no business ever lifting your stick off of the ice as a defenseman. You cannot be dangerous above the ice as a defenseman." Beautiful play right there. You see skating backwards, keeping the blade on the ground. The puck gets a chance to come at him, sticks on the ground, and boop, I'll take that. Let's go this way. We're going to score one.
And almost created a give-and-go breakaway chance as well, because after he makes the poke check, he stays in that ready position to receive the pass, able to kind of get that one moving. You see the goal here. We'll skip ahead a little bit. It seems like the next goal is not too far after that one, Dan.
Yeah,
so we'll stay on this game for a minute.
This 87's team, I mean, they're showing why they won a title. They're showing why they won it at both levels. They're showing why they're just dominant right now because they do the little things right. And the bigger thing, when you're a winning team, you continue to tack on, right? You see it so often. And Neil talk about baseball getting towards the playoffs. Neil made a comment about his Red Sox. I'll make a comment about the Yankees. One of the things you worry about with them come playoff time, they don't just tack them on. They're tacking them on. You got the lead, score the puck. They do so there with a big-time ripper. That one outside the dots, so 21-4 now in terms of those numbers. This one at center, a little give and go, battling through, jumping out of the way of a big hit, just creating space. They've gone to that spot in the ice, wide open at center, time and time again in this game, and yet again carried in, scores it. Beautiful.
Yeah, it's a great pass, and it's a slow-developing player. At least it feels slow, right? You get this pass out from your own zone, wide side with it, skates up in, and then all of a sudden, just firing that one through, right? You get that pass from inside your own zone, you send it wide to center ice. Your thought is they're going to set something up. They're going to get something into the zone. Not always, right? You find that one in. If you're going to give me the space, you're going to give me the time, I'm going to fire the puck.
And Lucas, we talk about it. You might go back to that pass and you might say to yourself, but Dan, when the Philadelphia Hockey Club did it, you called it a bad pass, throwing it across ice from this exact spot. Passed with intention. If you're going to make the pass, make the pass. Don't be in between. Sell out. Be all in. That's a sellout pass right there. Off the back leg, drives the hip through it, hits his man, boom, turns into a scoring opportunity 2 seconds down the road.
Yeah, and I do want to make one comment here while we wait for our next guest to come in. The unis on the 87s. Now, I'm a sucker for more of an old school vibe. I think these certainly fall into it. I know that blue is a little bit more vibrant than you might be used to on an old school uniform, but I think you've got the tan, you've got the horizontal stripes. You've got some good looking uniforms on this ice on both sides, but I think the 87s certainly. I'm getting commented now. Adam Hooley is 100% responsible for everything in the appearance. That doesn't surprise me, Dan. It doesn't surprise me that Hooley's in charge of that.
I like it. The guy's got style. The guy's got taste, okay? The blue and gold's a great look. These guys continue to show their winning ways, and they got one more coming for us here. You start skating with your back to the offensive end of the ice. You start retreating, kind of create some trouble for yourself, able to get out of the zone for a minute. Then things just tied up in the neutral zone. Where are hockey games won? A lot of times in the neutral zone. This one skated on around. Lucas, I think that goal already went home. I think we already hit the fifth goal.
Yeah, and so now we are getting an update here. The Express Hockey Club had a 4-0 lead.
Whoa.
It is now 4-4. The Raccoons are back. They are in the trash can, and they are rummaging for goals.
Just like a raccoon, you think he's trapped. The next thing you know, he finds a little piece of garbage in that garbage can to prop that lid open. scurry on out. He's got a piece of pizza and he's enjoying his life. Okay. Dan K, big raccoon fan. Okay. I got to tell you, the trash panda look on the bandits, they used to be like this like cowboy bandit look on the get rid of that. They're raccoons now. Okay. There's nothing better than a raccoon. They're the best animal on the planet. I resemble a raccoon. I eat mostly garbage. I rummage mostly at night. And I've too been stuck in a trash can before.
All that true. All of that 100% true. I can attest to all of that. If you want a mental image, you can go ahead and figure that one out for yourself. So we've got, so we're going to go ahead and share this one here. This is going to be the first goal that's coming through here on this Bandits, this Bridgewater Bandits roll through here. I mean, they're currently you're seeing on the scoreboard 4-0. We said it was 4-4. We're in replay mode now. So we're going to see this face off and we're going to watch it.
We've got two more finals in as well as you show this one. You're talking about the Nor'easter. They've won theirs. Connecticut battle goes away the Nor'easter 5-1. In the battle for Rhode Island, after Providence took an early lead, the Hockey Club Rhode Island says, how about them apples, and wins it 4-2. 3 finals in, the Rhode Island squad, the Nor'easter squad, the Philadelphia Little Flyers. I mean, it's over for the guys who lost, right? Lucas, day one, you're 0-1. It's all over. All said and done. Pack it up. Head home.
Well, the thing is, you lose that first game, you're projected to lose them all, right? So that's the math doesn't lie on that one.
True.
It's unfortunate, but what's not unfortunate is we've got this first goal ready to go here, Dan.
This one right here, down 4-0. You can give in. You can give up. A lot of games still to play. Let's just pack it in. Let's stay healthy. Nope. Let's score the puck. Beat some low glove side, skates it in front, and that was just chip away, chip away, chip away, chip away. Keep battling here. Keep battling along the boards near side. Keep fighting for the puck. Don't give up on it. You love a never quit goal. You love to see it pay off. Just like their namesake and mascot, the raccoon, they find the net against all odds.
I love that goal too, because that is a chippy little goal. I mean, there's board battles kind of everywhere in this situation. You've got the first one kind of down low, chipping at the puck, not letting this one go. Takes an odd bounce off a stanchion, getting in the mix, battling, trying to get physical off of 2 bodies. Then you spin and fire and get yourself right in the offensive mindset. Absolutely love that. That is a physical goal, a hard-working goal. That is the only goal from the second from the side of the Bridgewater Bandits. They opened up the third with a little fun scoring as well. So we're going to go ahead and jump. We're going to jump ahead to that part of this game.
Can we just go live, Lucas? There's 2 minutes left and the game's tied.
We can jump live to it. We can come back to the goals. We'll watch this game live.
There's 2:04 to go. I don't think we're showing too much here. I think we get it. Let's see some live hockey. Let's see what's going on down at ice level. In the white there, taking on the red. You got the Express Hockey Club playing the Bridgewater Bandits. Bandits versus Express Hockey Club. We've got another final in the East Coast Wizards. We'll hear from their broadcaster in just a moment. That's going to be Colin Casey. A 4-3 final at home. The East Coast Wizards, after starting down 2-0, come back and win that one. It's the day of the comeback. Will the Bandits keep this one going? Turned up high side. Little game of catch, looking for space to work. Under 2 minutes left to go in regulation. Give and go to the point. Holding, waiting, tapping. Knocked aside. Lucas, this is a nice little battle here between these two sides with just a few moments left in this one, trying to find that final goal. Still trying to work one free. Jammed in front, steered aside.
Working right now as well on the power play. Could be a best opportunity so far, the 5-on-4.
Creating opportunities with the extra man, sprawling down the ice defensively. Can Bridgewater climb all the way back into this one? We are watching to wait and see. The penalty was against Richie Aguilera for roughing. That puts Express up the man, but the trouble taken away for a moment, saving that one and covering up for the whistle.
Yeah, the Express had one of the top power plays in the league last year. So even though some of the personnel might be swapped out, that coaching mentality, those systems, they're still going to be in place. And one of the great things about teams like Express is even as new players and sometimes even new personnel staff get into the mix, it feels like that identity is still there, still firing through. It's 5-on-4. Could you believe it, Dan, if you say the Bridgewater Bandits, after coming this far back, they've got to be on the PK for the last minute of this game?
I mean, this is what the hockey gods want from them right now. We might see overtime here. That one battled back up to the blue line. Smart, tie it up, make decisions, be decisive defensively on the PK. You're seeing them do just that. The Express Hockey Club, you get the note from Justin here, one of the best power play units in the league in all the land last season. And we saw that on their first goal of the season this year, Lucas, was a beautiful power play score, set up, looking silky, looking smooth. That one fired all the way down the ice. No icing coming there. Wins the race to it. This one carried back up. Shot saved aside. Rebounded back behind the netting. Turning, looking for help. Hits a skate at the blue line. Shot through bodies. Can't put it home. Bevy of bodies in front. Sprawling down. Diving save made. And sticked aside. What a stop in net there for Bridgewater. None other than Logan Hunter, who hunted that one down with a big paddle and knock it away at the buzzer.
And Dan, the craziest thing is the netminder was on his backside for about 10 seconds. It starts here. There's contact in front. He gets knocked over by his own man at the 20-second mark. He is trying to get himself back into position. One shot doesn't go. Second shot doesn't go. I don't know if Express knew that he had fallen down because there was not a lot of urgency to be able to get that puck on net. Only 2, maybe 3 shots before they realize it, I think, and try to get that puck back towards center. But yeah, if you go back to the 20-second mark, second shot gets saved for not a save that was intentional by the netminder. He is just flopping around down there trying to get body in front. He collects himself, and he sends this game to overtime.
There's plenty of urgency there. There's just not opportunity. I think that's what you see there in that play. I think that's a man trying to turn and just flip a puck towards the net. I got 9 seconds left. I'm trying to get this thing at the net as quick as possible. Easier said than done. Lucas, I'm going to have this conversation. I'm going to have it once. It's our first overtime of the year. First things first, Lucas. 60 minutes of hockey was not
enough.
Oh, we were way off on that one.
I tried to get it there. It's tough over the connection.
You're fine. You're good.
Not enough.
But
I missed it again.
Overtime hockey. Dan K, I believe in overtime hockey only during the regular season, not during the playoffs. If you're going to do this whole 3-on-3 thing, once you cross center ice as the offensive team, you should not be allowed to retreat past center ice backwards until the puck has changed possession. You shouldn't be able to just skate all the way back and just hold the puck and wait for changes. If you're going to play this hokey style, let's play the hokey style. The NHL's talking about the NHL level. Do whatever you want here. I see. Thank you. Dan is a genius from Justin.
Oh, that was the wrong thing to say, Justin. Now I got to deal with this guy. Now I got to deal with this guy out here.
I will be texting Lucas that tonight. I'll screenshot this. I will remember it forever. But no, to me, keep the game moving. Keep it moving forward if you're going to play 3-on-3. It's a regular season game. Never in the playoffs, but in the regular season, just the ability for a team to run 2 minutes off the clock backing up is miserable to watch. It is not fun. All the reason to have the 3-on-3 is sucked out of the game by everyone realizing if I just skate around and put on a nice show, I never have to take the game to them.
No, I agree. I mean, and then you treat it like an offside at that point, right? Like if you bring it back across center, you're not allowed to touch it. Yeah.
You take it back across center and you have the puck, then that's just it goes to the other team's offensive end. They get a draw. That's it, right? Like it's not the end of the world if you do it. You can do it to stop the clock. If you really need a change, that's how you go get it. And you don't get a change because it's an icing, right? So like but if you really need the stoppage of the clock, if you can't make a play, then get up there. Or guys will start dumping the puck back in and playing defense again. 3:53 to go in overtime. My TED Talk is over. I had a TED Talk yesterday on some of the chat spaces of junior hockey. Got my TED Talk tonight. It's done.
You've had a lot of TED Talks. They're technically Dan Talks at that stage of the game.
That's true. I call them dancers when people ask me questions.
Stay tuned all season long for more dancers.
My lower third's been upgraded to G. I've done it. There's a quick breakaway chance. Diving play finds its way into the catching glove. Another save made. A big stop there for Bridgewater. The Express nearly won it.
Yeah, that is a good looking stop. And this is the excitement of the 3-on-3, right? It's when you get the breakaways, when you get the breakouts, they're usually a lot of space to start making things happen. Now you're kind of back in where you were to end the third period here. Offensive zone faceoff.
winning the draw there. For a moment, it appeared the Express, but taken off them. They're going to battle back. We've got games coming to a close. 5 minutes left between the Philadelphia Hockey Club and the New Jersey Bears. It's 3-2. Philadelphia Hockey Club and Adam, as I once said mistakenly, Bartholomew, leading his Philadelphia Hockey Club over Jason Killer Kilcoin. 4-4 your score. 2 minutes through the overtime period. 3-on-3 they skate. Unless a penalty is taken, it'll continue as such. Stolen away, taken back on. In the red, the Bandits. Affectionately known as the Trash Pandas here on the Dan K Show. The Express Hockey Club trained on the tracks right there in the corner. Lucas, just feels like real sleepy start to this overtime period.
Yep,
Feels
100%.
like either a bad pass changes this game or we're going to a shootout. That's what it feels like right now.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of tired legs on this ice right now, Dan. There could be your turnover.
There's your bad pass. There's your bad pass. Down to the ice he goes. Will the hand go up with him? No. Stays down. No penalty coming. Dragged on in front. Thought about jamming it on from behind. Gets underneath the skates. Trying to fight it free. Cannot. Whistle blows. 2:20 to go in the overtime period. And we're still knotted up.
Yeah, the little bit of tired skates, it's going to end up creating these types of passes. And this is one where you'd rather have the pass be too hard in the right direction than not hard enough, right? Because it's one thing to turn the puck over and let a team get possession behind their own net. It's entirely another thing to give up a puck at center ice or at the blue line, because now it's going to burn your guys down even more. 2:20 left to go approximately in this overtime period. You just want to get this puck out of your own end as quickly as possible.
Passed here near side. Skating with time and space on it. He'll take it right on net with a backhand shovel. Saved. Blocked away. Bodies go splashing behind the net. Hard hit to the boards. Express won't have the numbers here. We'll see what they do with it. Taken across center. To the backhand side. Shot. Save made. Covered up. No chances taken. Just again,
a scary moment there, Dan. Netminder had no idea where that puck was. Whenever you see a raccoon freeze up, it's because you startled them. Whenever you see a netminder freeze up, it's because they don't know where that puck is. And trying to go backhand 5-hole, I like that move, especially as the netminder's coming out of the net to cut down on some of those vertical angles, right? Those corners. So you try to go underneath the pads, nothing doing there. Under 2 minutes left.
Tied up between the legs, trying to hold this one free, could not. Poked along. He'll back up, trying to find some space. Once this game comes to an end, we'll have Colin Casey joining us here to talk about that Wizards battle today. No, not a Gandalf Wizards battle, Lucas, which I would be very excited about as a Lord of the Rings fan. That shot blocked aside.
Would you know more about a Wizard battle or a hockey battle based on your experience?
I'd say a hockey battle because I'm not a Harry Potter guy.
But you're a Lord of the Rings guy. Tons of wizards. Or no, not tons of wizards.
There's only a few wizards, okay?
That's the point.
Gandalf the Grey, all right? That's who we're really worried about. We're rooting for Gandalf at all times. Classic Boromir.
In case people have forgotten.
The whole time I thought Lucas was my Samwise Gamgee, and he's really just Boromir.
Such a Boromir thing to say.
Such a Boromir thing to say. Still tied up here, tied along the corners. Trying to work
50 seconds left now with the clock stoppage here, Dan. That shot getting redirected up and into the netting. I think that exhaustion we talked about at the first part of this overtime, I think that is certainly the case here. 49.6 left on the clock. There's not a lot of forward drive here. Guys are trying to get to the edges, which I absolutely love, right? You're trying to create some space. We've seen a lot of backhand tries, trying to jam the thing underneath the netminder, underneath certain things that are happening. So I like where these teams are going to the edges, but I would like to see some more forward drive, especially in the waning seconds of overtime.
Got Colin Casey in the wait. If this goes to a shootout, there'll be a quick break in the rink there. We'll go to Mr. Casey, and then we'll come back for your shootout final. So stick with us here. Rink Rush Live, the first of its kind on the air with the Dan K Show. Looking around the league, the New England Wolves up 4-3 on the New Hampshire Avalanche. Big change in score there. The Wolfpack battling. The Philadelphia Hockey Club under 4 minutes to go, up by 1 still. You got the New Jersey 87s up 6-0 against Apple Corps. The East Coast Wizards, who we'll talk about in a moment, a 4-3 win over the Valley Junior Warriors after trailing early. The final ticking seconds away in this one. One last pressure from the Express. It just doesn't seem, I said, Lucas, a sleepy start. Just felt like it wasn't going to happen. We won't get it here. Let's get Colin Casey in here to talk about another thriller, a 4-3 East Coast Wizards win. And when the Wizards win, you know it must have been magic, Lucas.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we've got him in the room right now. I mean, let's talk about some magic with the man who witnessed it. How's it going over there?
What's going on, guys? Yeah, it was initially I thought this might be the game of the day, but I think that's certainly been taken over by what just took place down in Walpole. But it was a thrilling comeback for the Wizards, trailing 2-0 after one period of play. Rallied for 3 straight. Got to give credit though to the Warriors finding that equalizer with 6:59 to go. And then it was really the Caden Maselli show. He had a huge goal to tie the game, or to give the Wizards the lead initially. The Warriors get the tying goal, and then Maselli again scoring with under 5 minutes to play on the power play. It was a feel-good victory for the Wizards to get things going. I'm sure Corey Felitti will say that there's certainly some things to clean up, but you'll always take a victory to open up the season, especially at home.
Now, they call shots on goal a loser stat. I've got a couple buddies at the professional coaching level who say you only talk about shots on goal when you lose the game. But let's talk about it in a win today. Josh Hope in net had to see 52 shots, makes 48 saves. Number one, just how good was Hope today between the pipes? Number two, do you feel good about that shot on goal total with 4 goals up on the board in a win?
Well, yeah, first of all the credit in the world goes to Hope. He was dominant, especially in that first period. A lot of the 16 shots on goal he faced in that first period, guys, were high danger scoring chances. And for him to come up with that many saves and allow the Warriors to kind of feel some of that positive momentum early, they started to get their legs offensively late in that first period, and they staked that 2-0 lead. Then after that, I think it was just a matter of how difficult the Wizards are when it comes to stopping them in transition. Offensively, they just really wore down the Warriors as that second period went on. And once they saw the first goal go in from Andrew Martin, it was a deflection from the point, nothing that Hope really could have done. That was really, I think, the lift that East Coast needed to see to really allow their offense to start to shine. It was 23 shots on goal in the second period. And again, Hope pretty much did all you could do to keep it at a 1-score game. And, it was great to see the Warriors find that equalizer, and Hope was equally strong in that third period. And to your point, I think the Wizards are happy to see a shot total up over 50, with 52 the official number to end it. But I think as the game went on, those became higher and higher danger scoring chances, and finally they started to cash in. And I think they'll hope to carry that over into this Saturday's matchup when they go down to take on the Connecticut Nor'easter.
We talk about guys, the ladder of development, guys that are stepping into bigger roles this season. A young man with 20 points last season, 7 goals total, scores 2 today, including a game winner in Caden Maselli. Just how good is Caden Maselli looking to kick off this season in game 1?
Well, not only is he looking great, Dan, on top of that, he's stepped into a leadership role this year. This is a Wizards team that lost a lot of talent last year. Daxton St. Hilaire, Cooper St. Hilaire, those two brothers were really big, both offensively and defensively for that team. So to lose, a good portion of your roster and have at least a decent group of returnees to rely on is huge. And it's clear that Maselli is one of those returnees that's going to play a big role this year. The goal he scored to give the Wizards a 3-2 lead towards the end of the second period is an absolute rocket. I mean, it was right off the face-off. He was kind of moving away from the net and still got so much wood on it, able to sneak it past the glove side, off the iron, and in past Hope. And it's clear that he's taken a bit of a leap, it seems, in the goal-scoring department. And to see him score one from there, the other going to the front of the net and getting the other, to be, I know it's a basketball term, but a 3-level scorer in this league is really key. And I think he's going to play a huge role offensively. I know they had a lot of guys that put up some video game numbers this year. I'm not quite sure if he's going to reach that total, but it's clear that he's doing the right things to be a guy that can step into a primary scoring role on this top line.
Colin, I've made everyone else that joins us join in a game that we do because we're unprofessional broadcasters. Way too early predictions, we call it here on the Dan K Show. We always like to make a prediction early on, get that sticking point. What do you think is your way too early prediction for the season? Player-based, team-based, whatever you think, you can tell the folks. look into the crystal ball for me.
Well, I obviously being with the Wizards, I'd like to make it a prediction of them winning the North, but that's going to be easier said than done when you join a division with a team like New Hampshire Avalanche with the New England Wolves. I mean, this is a loaded North division this year. Based on what I saw today, though, I think a lot of people might see that Valley team and see them being in fourth. I guess my bold prediction is they don't end up finishing fourth because they look like a team that, yes, it looked like their first day of the season, no question about it. That same can be said for just about anybody in the East show. You watch the first period and you see, all right, a lot of guys made some sloppy passes. The Wizards had 2 detrimental passes that directly led to Warriors goals. But as far as looking at the Warriors, I think they're a team that could definitely surprise some teams in the North. They're going to be competitive game in and game out. And what really jumped out to me for the Warriors in a game like this was they got great offense from the Yorba line, a guy who comes back from last year. He gets the opening goal. Ryan Clausen was terrific in this game. He had a goal and an assist. It just seemed like every time the puck found his stick, good things will happen. So I guess I'll say my bold prediction is Ryan Clausen is the guy that you're going to see lead this Warriors team in scoring. He just looks faster than everyone else on the ice at times. And to have that type of offense for a team that's going to be going against, teams that were really, really good last year, it's exactly what the Warriors are going to need. And I think Clausen's going to be a big role.
Absolutely incredible work out of you, Colin, today. A thrilling 4-3 come from behind victory for the Wizards. You could call it magical, folks at home. They take down the Warriors. Colin, best of luck this season to the Wizards and everything you do on the air.
Absolutely. Appreciate you guys having me. It's been awesome to follow along the show so far on this opening day. Been a great day of hockey here in the EHL.
Lucas, we now take ourselves to the penalty shootout. The penalty shootout that saw just 1 goal scored. Oh, we've got Andrew coming in first. Andrew's coming in first. Andrew, as we queue up our penalty shootout goal over here, Lucas saw a good one, a big-time W in Nor'easterville.
I'm sorry, say that again?
No worries. The Nor'easter, a big-time W today, 5-1 win. Kind of talk us through that game today. What did you see?
Yeah, it was a great game for the Nor'easter. The Rough Riders only had 14 skaters, and it kind of started to show by the end. But they did end up putting some shots on towards the end, but it was kind of too little too late as the Nor'easter were able to control play in the first couple periods. I mean, it's a new group. A bunch of these guys never played before. There's only 2 EHL returners on the entire roster, but I would say that a lot of these guys have connections going back to their youth days. You could tell the junior Sharks players, there's 4 of them, including the starting goalie. You could tell that they knew where each other was on the ice, and I think that really helped a lot. Josh Hauser, one of those guys, had 3 assists, and Samuel Strand, not one of the Sharks guys, but he had 2 goals today, 1 on the power play, and they took advantage of that power play as well. So things clicking early on for a new group that was really, put together for this season.
Talk to me about Sam Strand's performance today. A 2-goal performance in an opener is always a big deal at any level of the game, right? Just how did Sam get it done? What makes him a special skater?
Yeah, I mean, he's a puck hound. He was all over the ice today. Found himself in the right spots. He had a nice goal from the bumper that was actually waved off, but was able to move the puck around pretty well on the power play. And that power play goal was really nice. He tucked one under the bar, and he showed off pretty much everything he's capable of today. It was a really good performance by Sam Strand. I mentioned on the broadcast that I made him my number 1 star. I said Hauser number 2 with the 3 assists. And honestly, give a little credit to Tyler Bala in net for the Rough Riders. He faced a lot of shots and was really strong.
Now, we've been putting everybody in this. We've been making people make this prediction for you. A way too early prediction. Doesn't have to just be about the Nor'easter. Give us something you think this show season, this EHL season, that you expect.
That's a tough one. Man, I mean, the Nor'easter looked pretty good today. They looked pretty tough to beat in the Central Division. I know that they lost in the first round to HC Rhode Island, Providence Capitals were really good last year too. Give a shout to the East Coast Wizards. I know I just trailed Colin Casey. I'm sure that's a hard act to follow. But yeah, it looking like a good year around the EHL. Not really sure who's going to come away with it, but some tough competition early. I saw the schedule, and it looks like there were some pretty tight games around the league. So it looks like there's going to be some pretty good competition this year.
Andrew Golden joining us here. Connecticut Nor'easter, a 5-1 victory today. Before we let Andrew get back to his day, Lucas, do you have a final question teed up for him?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm jumping in and I'm just kind of asking everybody, what they're excited for this season, right? There's a new batch of players that comes in every year, right? Some returners mixed in with some new guys. And I feel like every year in junior hockey provides a little bit of a different challenge, right? Obviously there's challenges every single year. This year, no different. But, Andrew, for you, what's something that you're excited about, whether it's for your team, whether it's for you personally, about this upcoming season?
Yeah, I don't know if I want to make it too much about myself, but I am excited to cover some Nor'easter hockey fresh out of college, really. Obviously, if you can tell, I knew Colin Casey from our days back at UMass, but yeah, for the Nor'easter, I'm excited to see them grow as a team, and especially around the league as well. I think I think there's a lot of turnover, especially at this level of juniors, as they're moving on to new leagues, getting college scholarships and everything. I like tracking to see who ends up committing to colleges throughout the season, and so I think that this is a league that is full of opportunities for young and upcoming players, and so I'm very excited to see how that plays out throughout the year.
Thank you, Andrew. Thank you for joining us here from the Connecticut Nor'easters opening win to the season. Best of luck this year on the broadcast, on the air. We look forward to listening all season long.
Thank you. Good to talk to you guys.
Good to talk to you, Andrew there. The Golden Pipes of Andrew Golden joining us from the Connecticut Nor'easter. A W for them. Lucas, I'm going to run us through the scores today. The Philadelphia Little Flyers 3-1. That's final. Over the Pennsylvania Huntsmen, that started off our season. Jacob Chow, the first EHL goal. The Hockey Club Rhode Island, 4-2 over the Providence Capitals. The Nor'easter, we just talked about that one, a 5-1 final in favor of the Nor'easter. Then, Lucas, a shootout. And the one goal we saw on the air while we talked with Mr. Casey was the only goal needed, and it was none other than Sam Steinman who did it again. He had 2 in regulation. He has 1 in the shootout, and it was absolutely disgusting. It was pretty gross. It was pretty gross, I would say, to do that to a netminder. He puts one home, a big-time save on the other end. We go there. This is going to be a save here. So that's a big-time stop, okay? No goals other than the one scored in the shootout. Bloomfield, Sedoon, and Neville all no's for the Bridgewater Bandits. The yes, though, coming here, Sam Steinman, okay? Just sitting, staring him down, number 2-5, pretty good number. Dan Kay wore that on a ball field one day. You carry this one in. You're on the forehand side. Yep, we're just going to back this one up. Let me just put it home. That's just gross, okay? And what this is criminal, okay? What he's doing here, if there were police officers on the ice, I think you'd have to arrest the young man, because watch the thievery. Okay, I'm shooting it right now. Nope, I'm shooting it there. And he keeps the body moving forward, keeps the puck moving. Netminder sells the body so he can't poke check it to get the stick away, and just sits him down, just ready, time to, and sit. Nope, not there. The 5-0's close. He's watching the puck 5-0. Whoops, a daisy. Just
it's filthy.
It's not nice.
It's absolutely filthy. The 2 moments, right? It's I'm going to shoot it, and then I almost can't click fast enough to get it to stop.
Yeah.
To show you the change up and the nope. Just putting that thing on a string. They just needed the one to make it happen. Couple of great saves on the other end as well. But what a crazy start to this EHL season, especially with these 2 teams. Again, Express was up 4-0. The Trash Pandas coming all the way back, just rummaging around, finding goals everywhere they could, getting it to overtime. Nobody could find the go-ahead goal in overtime. Just staring him down. Dan, you'll love this save because this is absolutely a Wild West moment here. Just shooter v netminder coming in nice and calm. Who's faster? Netminder flashing the leather.
Yeah, and if you're going to go glove side and you get that middle of the body area, when you don't lift it enough, when you don't keep it low, you really allow that netminder to just play baseball right there, just make the catch, right? Like it's one of those, you know what he's trying to do. He's trying to lift that up, trying to beat him high on the glove side. That's a little look right there. As Lucas Toth is the man, Lucas, who is cold as ice in net, okay? Well, you're a Star Wars guy. Toth, isn't it like a land with the big furry guys those big animal things?
Is that all you had, the land with the big furry guys? Dan, I want to warn you, that's most of the planets in Star Wars, is the land with the big furry guys.
Copy that.
Yeah, Hoth is the you got me saying it now. Hoth is the ice planet. Toth is the netminder. Critical difference. One letter change, but very, very different.
Right there, a false start on the shootout attempt. So now as a netminder, this might get in your head, right? You're thinking, I know which way he's going. So Toth sitting there, cool as ice. He's as cold as ice. Willing to sacrifice. No goals. What a big save that was for Toth. Express Hockey Club, get the W. We look around the league. We continue on the scoreboard there. The East Coast Wizards, we just talked about them. The East Coast Wizards, a 4-3 come from behind victory. We've got a 6-0 lead for the New Jersey 87s, the defending champs, showing that they're just that with a 6-0 lead, the biggest lead of the day in any game here throughout the EHL. The Battle of the Buds goes the way of Adam Bartholomew. He gets a 3-2 victory over the New Jersey Bears and Jason Kilcoyne. Every point matters in that tough division there. That's a big 2 points for the Hockey Club of Philadelphia. Then with 14:43 to go in the third, the New England Wolves leading the New Hampshire Avalanche, Lucas, 4-3.
Yeah, and we're going to load up in that. We're going to go back to the Battle of the Buds. I'm going to load up that game-winning goal. We're going to go find it in the third period here. 7:22, Sheldon Wilson.
So Lucas is loading things up here. We may have a guest coming in. We'll see. We'll see if he shows up. He doesn't like us very much, and that's what he has told us. He's officially told us that. He's unofficially told us that. Not a fan of the show.
No, he's battling behind the scenes to not come on the show.
He's called me a ham before, which is a term
it's technically correct.
He's 100% right. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he's called me before. Okay, this guy, some say top 85 broadcaster in the EHL, 100%. He's top 85.
At least
in the top 85. I'd say you're talking all hockey, probably top 88 because some of the other leagues don't even broadcast most of their games because they got bad services. And here, Lucas, it's gonna be interesting to see. I hear he's joining us, but he's not here yet. So is he standing us up?
The thing is that every minute he doesn't come on is one less boom he gets. He's a big boom guy.
Oh, remember when we boomed on the air?
I can't forget. How could I possibly forget when I had to deal with that as some would call semi-professional broadcaster?
1 second.
What I mean, that's classic him though.
My 5 big booms don't fit.
I thought, here's a question for you while we're waiting for him to come on.
Oh, they fit? Oh no, I'm deleting them. Let me put them back on. Go ahead, Lucas.
Is Dan K a hunt and peck guy? Oh no, look who just joined us, Dan. It's Big Dog.
It's the Big Dog.
Director of Communications, Jake the Snake Basile. Big Dog.
What's going on, fellas? You guys look fantastic. Boom, boom, boom. Oh my God, we got a boom for each shootout or each goal in that game. Oh my God, my heart's racing still.
Yeah, so you're where are we at right now? You're watching the Wolves take on the Avalanche, correct? Where are you at?
I'm losing you for a sec. Are we back?
He's big leaguing us. He's big leaguing.
Trying to get in the building here, but it's chaotic. But yeah, we just wrapped. Do you guys have me?
I can hear you. You sound great to me.
All right, perfect. Yeah, Cadillac Ice Arena for the Express And Bandits opener, oh my God, the Express 4-0 lead.
Yep.
And Ville Bowden gets tossed, and the Bandits score 4 unanswered goals after that. I mean, it was unbelievable. 2 goals from Ryan Hammer for the Bandits, goal from Cannonberg, a goal from Seiden. For the Express, 2 goals from Sam Steinman. Sonny Arsenal was unbelievable. He scored a big goal. And then Ville Bowden right before. I mean, it was unbelievable. I mean, the Express are definitely breathing a little bit easier after that one. They played a really good 40. They took, I think, 8 or 9 penalties, and, I mean, came back to bite them in the third. But they got 2 points, and that's what matters.
Now, Jake, Sam Steinman, the filthiest goal. I said criminal, unfair, not nice. Talk about that shootout winner.
Yeah, I mean, as a non-athletic person, like, it's going to be hard for me to describe exactly what I saw, but I mean, it was just a disgusting lefty doing disgusting lefty things, dragged the goalie out into the stratosphere, and I mean, Logan Hunter, he settled down and played an amazing second half of that hockey game. Like, if I was the Express, I would not have been feeling confident going into the shootout because he was stopping everything in that third period. It was just the ice was tilting so one way. The lack of discipline for the Express really bit them. But I mean, Sam Steinman in 07, 6 goals last year, 2 goals and a shootout winner in the home opener. He looked fantastic. He looked fantastic in preseason for them, and the Express just able to eke this one out. I mean, they were fortunate to have as good of a first 40 as they did, because things could have gone differently if they didn't.
Jake, let's play psychiatrist for a moment on the Bandit side of things. Are we happy that we climbed all the way back in and eke a point out of this, or are we disappointed we take a penalty late in the third, put ourselves up against it, and lose out on a potential 2-0 day?
I think it's a really encouraging game for Bridgewater. I mean, to go down like that, and I mean, the numbers aren't too dissimilar between the two teams. They're very close in the amount of returners. They're very close in the amount of new guys. So you can't really use the Express are just a lot more used to this as an excuse, right? They're coming in with the same amount of young blood into this season. So I really just think that the Bandits have to be happy. They scored 4 goals against someone who's going to be in the goaltender of the year conversation when this year is said and done. The Express blue line has historically been fantastic in my 3 seasons in the league. They looked good today for 40 minutes, and the PK bent and broke a couple times today. So I think if you're the Bandits, you're like, okay, I just hung with the number 1 team in the league, and I mean, I pushed them to the brink. And the Bandits are a good program. They had a really solid first half of the year last year before the wheels came off, and I mean, I think this Bandits team looks pretty promising.
Jake, we've been doing way too early predictions with everybody who's joined us here on the show today. Let's hear yours. Player-based, team-based. What do we got? What are we expecting this season?
Wow. I mean, I think the Seahawks are going to make a really good case to win this East Division this year. I think that's kind of what I'm feeling. They're just the most returner-heavy, conditioned team in the league. Saying goodbye to some of my good friends on the Bandits here. Of course, got a
ton of friends.
It's a social job, I love you, Nate.
Crazy.
This is just classic broadcaster, right? Just friends with everybody. Now I got to deal with both of you, just talking to people.
He's going to make a lot of friends this year. That's his bold
Absolutely. That's the job description. Make friends, check it off, and we're good.
Just be a golden retriever, right? That's
absolutely.
Come on. Well, we were requested one thing out of our producer here, Justin. He said Commissioner Neil Ravin loved this. We opened up a game last season. I can't remember the order. I think I was Feel the Rhythm. I think, Lucas, you were Feel the Rhyme.
I was Come On Boys.
Come On Boys, yeah. So we will start. Feel the Rhythm.
Feel the Rhyme.
Come on, boys.
It's
hockey time.
The time. It's impossible.
There's no way to time that up. No way.
It's hard to do that.
We'll make it look good in post. We'll get the separate videos. We'll stitch them together.
In post.
Absolutely.
All right, boys. Lucas, anything else for Jake before we let him go back and enjoy his life?
I mean, Jake,
yeah.
We've been asking everyone what they're excited for this season. Director of communications, broadcaster, media personality, friend to everyone he meets. What are you most excited for this season after an off season that has been tumultuous even by junior hockey standards? But now it is hockey time. We've declared it's hockey time. So What are you excited for?
I'm excited for, honestly, calling more games with you guys, because that was the best experience calling a game in my entire life, was with you guys at Plymouth State. But, what I'm most excited for every year is just meeting people. I mean, it's a social job, and the fulfillment you get out of this job is not the likes, it's not the content. It really is. It's just the moments you get to share with the players and the coaches who are all working as hard as you, and that's what really matters in this league. And everybody's trying to pull the boat, and we all do it our own different way, but we're all pulling, and this league's the best, and I love the people within it. So that's all me. That's all I care about.
A couple guys with good hair and good class all chatting up here on Rink Rush Live, which was aptly named by Jake. Jake came up with Rink Rush Live, and we have Rink Rush the whole time.
I have my moments every now and again.
Well, Jake, special thanks to Big Dog for joining us on this one.
Thank you guys. I can't wait to catch up on this. You guys are the best. So happy to be working with you guys. There's no one better.
That's us. We love you guys. We love you, Jake. We love everybody.
Right back at you. Everybody love everybody.
We're back. Let me take my 5 big booms off the air right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's at most 2 booms. You got to imagine. You take those big booms off the air. I'll get us queued up for this Philly Hockey Club third period goal. Let's get this one moving right here. Oh, here we go. Sharing the screen.
The bell's ringing in Philly.
Coming through. Oh, and we're gonna give you some more on that. We're not just gonna give you that part. We're gonna go back. We're gonna go right back to the face-off.
We forgot where he was. He's gone. He's the fastest kid alive.
Face-off, back and control, and they bring it back behind their own net. No need to rush here. And there it is. No shot. Wilson. There's no shot there. I mean, the thing is you let that guy get behind you as a defender. It takes 2 passes to go the length of the ice, and he's just gone. Look how quickly this play develops. Behind the net, first man, second man, breakout, gone.
Got to call Sheldon the big goal theory right here, Lucas. Okay, this guy is really good. Do you get the reference?
I do get the reference, unfortunately. Not a huge fan of the cinematic universe, the Sheldon cinematic universe, but no, I understand the reference. I was young once.
Bazinga, he says. He puts in the back. Do you know, I'm just going to reel aside real quick. Do you know there's like a character actor who you've definitely seen before who's played Hector in 11 different movies, and people are now calling it the Hectorverse?
This feels like something that's entirely you-based.
No,
but we do have a minute for you to go into it while I queue up the next set of goals.
So this actor has played Hector in 11 different movies, one of them being Fast and the Furious. And another one I think he was in like Elf as Hector. He's like always Hector. And the point is, like, the argument people are making is that they are all in the same cinematic universe now. So like they're all movies because he's Hector. They're saying he's not a different Hector in every movie. He's the same Hector in every movie. I gotta look this guy up. Hold on, I'm getting on the internet waves as Lucas looks this up. I got important stuff to talk about. We've got hockey to talk about. You've got that game there. Again, Philadelphia Hockey Club goal scorers Liam Kanzler, Patrick Devaney, and Sheldon Wilson in the win. Garrett Karvunas and Jaden Wan were the 2 New Jersey Bears goal scorers. Nothing scarier than a bear on ice. They're upset.
All right, well, Dan,
they're slipping all over the place, and they're also Bears.
Lucky for you, I have got the game-winning goal in the Hockey Club Rhode Island all queued up and ready to be shared. Going to throw it up on your screen right now.
I'm looking up actor who has played Hector 11 times.
So we're both doing very important jobs for the success of Rink Rush Live.
His name is Noel Guglielmi. Let me get a picture of him here for folks. You've definitely seen this man before. This is Noel Guglielmi. That's him. You've definitely seen Noel Guglielmi before.
Oh, I will work on getting a better picture of him. But Dan, you're going to love this goal for Hockey Club Rhode Island here, because this is a tenacious goal. This is a little bit of extra effort. You're seeing it tip through to the far side. First shot doesn't go. Second shot doesn't go either, but second shot's more of a pass going around the backside of the diving netminder.
I just got from our producer, that's who I was thinking. That's Hector. He's played Hector in Fast and the Furious and in Bruce Almighty. So Fast and the Furious, that film is set in Bruce Almighty, which, Lucas, you can make the leap. The reason why they could go to space with Ludacris is because Jim Carrey currently had God powers and allowed it to happen from Bruce Almighty.
Why are they in the same universe?
Because he's Hector in Bruce Almighty, and he's Hector in Fast and the Furious 2, Too Fast, Too Furious.
You people have way too much time on your hands. Just a shock. Is this what you do while I make all this happen? While I'm rigging up tech stuff, is you just Googling different things?
That's all I do.
Watching TikToks? Let's go back to the play. I queued up this whole play for you, Dan, and you want to talk about the Hector Cinematic Universe.
Let's see it again.
Let's play. It's going to start here, going back to get it, not letting anything go. I love this little slip around the defender. First shot, no good. The replay kicks right back out to the same shooter.
Just go get it again. Don't stop skating. Don't stop moving forward. Don't give up on the play. Don't give up on the puck. Take the game to the netminder. He makes a great save, but because you took a good, hard, low shot, you got a second chance at it, and you bury one. That's such a big score right there. Hockey Club Rhode Island getting the job done in the battle for Rhode Island.
The one thing that I love is this pass, and then we're going to go to a tie game with 7 minutes left. The slip around the defender.
Rink Rush Live, I got to imagine, Lucas.
But this is the pass. The diving netminder trying to stop that puck from going absolutely anywhere. Doesn't matter. Just gets underneath the pads, gets into the back of the net. We are going to get this next game queued up for us here, Dan.
Cue it up.
And Dan, we're 4 seconds away. 3, 2, 1. Cross the 3-hour mark on Rink Rush Live. The first time that we have tried to do this, and we are 3 hours in to what I can only imagine is a wildly successful broadcast. I am not watching the broadcast. Commercial-free, certified commercial-free, unlike some other multi-square programs out there. 0 commercials.
And it doesn't cost $519.99 for this service, which is pretty cool. You just get it. You just watch it.
You just get it. As long as you're locked in on it. I'm trying to find this other game. There it is. I've got too many tabs. I'm in my own Octobox right now.
Too many cooks. Yeah, I mean, usually 3 hours in is where I devolve, and I become useless to the show and the festivities. I run on such a high level, folks, and such a large amount of coffee and caffeinated beverage that by now I'm like Matthew Foley down in the basement. I've been drinking coffee for the last 8 hours, so I think I'm ready to go.
We are very nearly getting there.
Screens, just showing the wrong screens on.
I know. You know what? We are commercial free. I think I've only had potentially 2 slip ups.
I've demoted one person from their real title to a different job, and that's my mistake today.
that was. We can argue which one was the bigger mistake.
But
the good news is,
I would say mine is a bigger mistake. Yours is you've had to make more decision making where mistakes could happen. Commercial free, yes, with 1 pee break, correct, is coming from behind the scenes here. There was one, but technically we didn't take it, just I. Lucas, you've done a great job. You're like a camel.
Thank you. Well, we always like to have at least one of us who can handle, being on a show for more than 3 hours. Technically, we have reached the over 3 hour mark, but we've got another game that's tied in the third. Time not quite trickling away. 4 minutes and 30 seconds left to go here, Dan.
Nice little poke move here, trying to battle New England in the red and white and black, the yellow and is it gold or is it yellow? Maybe yellow. Yellow and blue, the New Hampshire Avalanche. There's a chance in front. Stick the side. This is our final game that we're looking at here live on the air. It looks like I'd say comfortability for the New Jersey 87s is they're up 7-0 right now. Another score for them. So this is going to be our one that we're focused on here to conclusion. We're not like what is it, Lucas? The what's the show I'm thinking of? Red Zone, where they get to the final game and they're like, go watch on your local broadcaster. Nope. We're here. That's what we do. We're going to talk.
This is a Dan K, big Hector fan. Lucas Jones, also at the _Dan K show, absolutely locked in.
Dan K, member of the Hectorverse. I'd like to imagine I am part of the Hectorverse. He has been Hector in 11. Like, what happened? Does he ask to be Hector? Do you think they don't come up with names for his
so here's the thing. When you say 11 movies, it's not like 11 separate films. It's 2 characters spread over 11 sequels.
No. It's 11 different films. Hold on. No, you keep talking, Lucas. Keep the.
This, I mean, listen, I am actually interested in this because at a certain point, it does feel like the Sidney Crosby 87 thing, where he's just a huge fan of the name, and it's like a part of his like contract writer, like the brown M&Ms from Van Halen, that his character must be named Hector.
Opening up now. 1 second. 1 moment.
And now you got to imagine how big of an actor do you need to be in order to have a rider like that? Because Van Halen, they can ask for brown M&Ms, they get brown M&Ms. We're still battling in terms of the hockey game as well. 3:30 left to go.
Apparently got to update my Instagram. I've apparently not updated in a while. I'm trying to click through from this content, and it's telling me I got to update my Instagram. Wait, let's see.
Oh, boy.
So he is Hector. He's Hector in Price of Glory. That one's taken wide. Ghetto Rhapsody. The Animal. Barrio Murders. The Fast and the Furious 1. So
The Animal, is that the Rob Schneider film?
That's the Rob Schneider film. He plays Hector.
Okay, just checking.
So the Rob Schneider film where he becomes an animal because of animal parts being put into his human body in the same universe as Fast and the Furious.
Classic film.
Training Day. He's Hector. That's Denzel.
Vibe shift.
Denzel
Shift. For those 2 movies, huge vibe shift.
The Gangster Hit, Masked and Anonymous. Then Malibu's Most Wanted. He plays Hector. Malibu's Most Wanted, also in the same universe. Old School with Will Ferrell. Also Hector. Then Double Blade, Hector. And Bruce Almighty.
That's absurd.
In every one of those films, he is Hector.
And I think I know the reason why you know this, Dan, is because Dan K is actually a savant when it comes to 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon.
Yes, 6 Degrees of
If
Kevin
you
Bacon.
name nearly anyone,
Yep.
Dan K can find you Kevin Bacon in 6 steps or less.
That's it. It's the goal. And that's what I've built.
I challenge you, if you see Dan K at a rink, come up with someone, anyone, relatively known, right? Not just like your buddy. He'll do it for you live on the spot. It's insane.
Done. 2 minutes left to go on this one.
2 minutes left to go.
Sorry, I'm trying to round up for the folks at home. But again, this is a back and forth look right here. The Avalanche tied it back up. They were down 1 entering this third and final period. Now looking for some late game heroics. Those divisional matchups, Lucas, always so important to get 2 clean points. You don't want to give one away in overtime as there's a shot scores with just 1:22 left on the clock. Finding its way home, giving the Avalanche the lead. The snow is falling. The Avs are coming on the way.
Yeah, we go to the replay here, and the one thing I want to point out is as this puck is trickling into the zone, it is right on the line too. You count the skaters, right? We love to play this game. It's a partial line change. That creates part of the problem, right? So this puck is getting taken behind the net, and it's a legit offensive threat as well. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defensive zone skaters all watching the puck because they have to, right? That puck is getting swung up behind the net. They've got to watch there. The centering pass, there's no one there.
But
who's going to...
There's no one there. And this is going to be the man who scores the goal. That's Alex Valentini. It's Valentini's day.
Just in the nick of time. And now you see the defense, they see the puck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 skaters in front of the net plus the netminder. Bring the puck in the zone. Give yourself some room and just fire it into the corner. What a shot.
Bartender.
Head of steam, too.
2 Valentinis, please. Oh, what a shot. Carfora gets the assist for throwing it to the blind side. Just behind that. Just throw it. Valentini will get to it. Valentini just coming off the bench, grabbing the puck, puts home a game winner. Doesn't get bigger than that.
And if I had a chance to interview on the assist, I'd say, did you see him streaking into the zone, or did you just fire it with the hopes that someone would be there? Because that is a pretty pass from being buried behind the net.
Yeah, I mean, you're just in that situation. You got to imagine someone's going to show up there, but That's a pass to empty space, and you're hoping you get it there, Lucas, as the net's now empty for the Wolves.
Yeah, we're back with 41 seconds left to go on your screen. Empty net time, desperation moment here.
Face off near side of your screen, wins its way back out, skating at the empty net. They'll have to get there first. They do. Just barely avoiding Lucas a face off that ends up in the net for the game sealer to make it a 2-goal advantage. Time ticking away, under 30 seconds left to go. Wolves carried across the blue line. Can they find Pater one last time? Are there more late game heroics in this one? Chipped up, out of play. 15 seconds to go.
Yeah, chipped up out of play. That slow face-off trickle would have been absolutely devastating if it had gone into the back of the net. Bunch of guys who were absolutely just trying to find their way back into the zone to get there in time. You had one late skater who put himself right in front just in case there was a turnover. And now it looks like you're going to get a timeout called, trying to draw something up. I mean, there's no more netminders to pull at this point. You've got 6 skaters on the ice. Puck goes out of play. You're not going to get penalized for it at this level, right? So that puck going out of play is not as bad as it would have been at the NHL level. But you get a timeout here, 15 seconds left on the clock. The discussion here for the Wolves is just find a way to get that puck towards the net and try to keep it away from the backboards. And it's a tough thing to do, right, Dan? Is we want you to get the puck low towards the net, create some chaos, but not too low, because the first thing I'm doing if I'm the Avs, you pin that puck up against the wall. You pin bodies up against the wall. You let nothing move. You let nothing get away from the backside of that net. So it's a tough way to play.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be pretty at this point in the game. Just win a face-off. If you don't win it, just make it a muck and mire, right? It's got to be like playing in a swamp right now. You can't allow this puck to get free. And the biggest thing, you can't all get caught puck watching. There's 5 of you on the ice. There's 1 hockey puck. Everybody in these situations, when a goal does come, it's usually puck gets its way behind the net. Everybody converges. Everyone wants to make the big play, and it just magically gets swatted out and finds a guy standing alone on the back doorstep of the net. That's where 99% of the time these game-winning goals come from. That's what you're worried about right now. You're going to have a face-off here near side. Getting towards the end of our first ever Rink Rush Live. We're going to have Tyler joining us here after this one, followed by the commish, Neil Ravin. What a day of hockey. We want to thank everybody who's given us a chance to be on here. We want to thank Justin, who has been our producer extraordinaire, the amount of work he's doing behind the scenes, and to do all that work and not get to be on camera. As this one, shot scored! It's not done yet! 1 second on the clock. It's a good goal.
That is amazing. If you were watching that clock on Flow, you saw the 000.
What? What?
How does that go? Let's go back to I forgot we had replay. I was so stunned.
What? It just went through everybody. That puck had eyes.
And so you see off the draw, right? Bury it into the back wall, pin it up along the back wall. Desperation, trying to get this one free. Finally, another skater jumps in. They finally get it free, wheeling it around the backside. Just get it to the point. Get it up top. It takes a redirection from in front.
Wow. Charles Etienne Waugh at this time credited with the goal at 19:59.
And we are going to overtime. How does that shot get through?
I don't know.
That is amazing. And that's a moment to remind the folks, the same way that you have when you watch like the NFL on TV and you say, oh, well, the play clock on TV, the game clock on TV, they're going by the clock in the rink, right? The clock in the rink comes down to decimal points. The clock on Flow, 1.1 seconds left officially as the puck crosses the goal line. So just you're under a second off on the Flow clock, but in the rink, yeah, there's time left on that clock. The redirection in front. Dan K stunned right now. Dan, you thought that we were going to end Rink Rush Live with a couple of interviews? No way. No way.
Lucas, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to say 60 minutes of hockey, and I'm going to count to 2 in my head.
Okay.
You're gonna really quickly say not enough because you've been late every time, okay?
Okay.
You're going to say it right away when you hear me say it. I'm going to count to 2. Okay.
Okay.
60 minutes of hockey was
Not enough.
We got it.
We did.
Overtime yet again. Oh, what a job to just steal a chance away. See, icing. That's an icing right there. He backed up towards his own net. Should have been an icing in overtime. 3-on-3 hockey, that's what it should be. You shouldn't be allowed to go back behind your own net. But it's a delayed penalty call coming against the New England Wolves. So the Avalanche are going to set things up here 4-on-3 right now with an empty net. Got to be careful not to pass it in your own net. That still counts as a goal. I have seen it happen before. You might say, Dan, what are you talking about? My gosh, I have seen it happen before, and the heartbreak that abounds from it. Carried on behind. Again, 1.1 seconds left officially on the clock when that goal was scored. That fired at the empty net. Wait a second. Was there no delayed penalty? Was that an empty net?
That's what it appears to be.
Sorella
does this. Empty net. Riverboat gambler.
Oh my God. Sorella throwing the netminder in overtime and leaving him pulled.
I want to shake this man's hand.
That's it. And again, great note from producer Justin. We can hear him here in our ear. In the NHL, if you do this and you lose the game, you do not get the point. You lose the point. At this level of hockey, you can do this and not forfeit the point if you lose. So you get the 1 point either way. For those of you thinking about it at home, he's getting the 1 point. But, I mean, the guts. The panache.
No guts, no glory, Dan.
He's got all guts. And he might have all the glory. Who knows?
Yeah, we thought it was a delayed penalty. I was so confused seeing the full ice shot getting taken. But, I mean, it is a great point, right? Is you get the point regardless. So, I can imagine it has certainly backfired. Another note coming in from our producer that it has backfired. But I wonder what the success rate is here. That would be an interesting question for Coach if he keeps tabs on that success rate to see what it would be. I'd be very interested to find out what that percentage rate is. That's one of those Moneyball type situations that could completely change the game of hockey.
I mean, Lucas, we've seen it before with another coach in Mike Stanaway who won a national title and when he went 3 forwards and 1 defenseman in a 5-on-4 penalty kill. You got some folks out there who just riverboat gamble at times. They just, it's chess when others are playing checkers. But sometimes when you're playing chess and other people are playing checkers, you lose because you're playing the wrong game. We'll see how this one goes for Coach Sorella. Look, you like that one, didn't you?
Dan K lost 100% of his chess matches. Brought the wrong pieces.
Every time. Bishop takes, wait, you have a bishop?
One time he brought his Othello pieces. Did not work out.
I love Othello. What a fun game. Just so simple. Holding back up top here. That's the man who gave the 5th goal of the game. He wants it back. Valentini won't see it. Carried on around. Thought about wrapping it in front. Did not. Hands back up Valentini. Little game of catch. Pitch back on Valentini. He's just going to play the point right now. He's going to move this thing. Usher it along. Gets it right back. Look for him to take a shot here. He will. Doesn't get it on net. Wide it goes. Lucas, you looked at Valentini. He scored one from that spot earlier. He's got it seamed up. Trying to find another one. Could not save me.
There is a lot of space right now. They should put both goalies. I mean, I think it'd be amazing. I think that'd be heartbreak city for one side, at least heartburn city for both coaches as they watch their forwards and defensemen try to figure it out. But I mean, yeah, you're giving these guys a ton of space, and that's not what you want. You're basically running this like a 4-on-3 power play. Shot comes in, deflected high. But you're running this like a 4-on-3 power play. You want to keep closing that circle. Get the puck up top and keep driving it in. Every pass should make that puck go a little bit closer.
They're winning every draw, too. That's the big thing that's allowing them to do this. That shot, one-timer, catch and glove save made. They're winning every draw. And, I mean, if you're controlling the face-off dot, you can do things like this. By the way, Matthew Pimentel, 45 saves. He's seen 50 shots.
That is an amazing stat all its own. Guy is absolutely locked in right now. And you get stuck in a defensive mindset. Look at this.
Oh, that one tapped right back on. Diving defenseman has that puck just kind of moseying about there. Someone looking for it won't find it. Spinning shot at the empty net. Does it go? No, and it's another icing. I get it. I get what you're doing there. I get you're trying to just score it and make them pay.
I don't think you do that.
Puck. I got room to skate that puck. I've been hatched back at my own end. They've won 5 draws in a row. If I had a guy who was my guy, if I had my Brian Boyle to come out and take the draw right now and win it, sure. But I've been hatched back. I'm exhausted. I got to take a couple skates there and get that thing to center and regroup. Or
you've got the space.
Maybe they don't come after me and I score the goal from there. That shot save made. Another one from Pimentel.
Well, I think it's now 6 for 6 on the draws in the offensive zone, right? So you look at that statistic and your thought has to be, you have to at least skate to center and put the shot on. I don't mind if you get it to center and you take a desperation shot and at least it's a clearance. But the long ice shots, I know that's the dominant strategy. Now on the empty net is just spin and fire. But we'll see if they're able to finally break this streak. 7th faceoff.
Gives to the point. They'll trade places. Hands near side. A quick shot low. Save made. Pimentel. He's got 47 now. The thing you're doing if you're New Hampshire, if the Wolves do survive this OT period, you're just heating up a netminder right now. He's seeing every single take he can see leading into a shootout. When you get into the All-Star Skills Challenge after this one, it can get messy. There's a good clearance to center. Now go pressure the puck. Give me a forward after the puck.
They're getting stuck in a defensive strategy. They see 4 guys and they think they're on the penalty kill, and they're not. That shouldn't be the mentality here.
Nice play there, though. That creates space. You can do anything you want defensively there. They're going to enter the zone with that move. That was beautiful. Backed up, down to the corner, minute 30 to go. I love this move by Coach here. Like, if you're not going to get penalized, you got to imagine the commission might be looking at this one saying, hey, maybe we got to penalize him. That one off the catching glove doesn't go. Another save, Pimentel.
A glove save there.
That one towards the blue line again. Turned back on. Top of the circle, drag shot, missing everything off the glass. Good look there. Hits the glass one more time. Just missing with shots right now. Now they're not getting them on Pimentel. You start to think a little bit more on these looks. You start to grip the stick a little tighter, thinking about where you're going to put it, trying to aim. The more you aim, the more you miss. Holding on it. Nice pass there. Drag shot. Missing everything. It was stick to side. Got blocked on the way through. Clearance attempt. Swing and a miss. Trouble not gone yet.
Stuck on the ice right now. They just cannot get this puck out of the zone.
Pimentel bounces off his body, trying to jam it home, and cannot. It's Pimentel again who wins the battle.
It is Pimentel versus everyone right now, Dan. All these shots are coming towards his net. The puck cannot be cleared. It is survival mode. And I think it's kind of the game within the game, right? You throw that extra skater out there, it makes the other team feel like they're on the PK. They drop into that PK system, and all of a sudden you're running a 4-minute power play.
The Wolves haven't won a draw in their end in this overtime period.
Nope.
Who's taking the face-offs for the Avs? We got to get this young gentleman on a call. 14 seconds left to go. Overtime. Here's the thing, though. Plum, Etienne Wass, Bakuza, you've got some real shifty, nifty skaters on the New England side to take the penalty shootout. PKs, guys going to the soccer field. Here's a chance, Pilk aside. Can they get the empty netter? On the break, at the buzzer, scores it. The Wolves scored with 1 second left to tie it. They score with 1 second left in overtime to win it. The most exciting game of the year has already happened. On day one.
That is, you're starting the season with such a heartbreak. 4.9 on the clock in the arena. But that's it. 5 minutes essentially on the power play. And with 4.9 seconds left, they get the possession. They battle for gritty possession. I want to highlight one part of this play real quick, Dan. I think you already know which part I'm going for here. So we go back to the face-off. We go back to the draw. Another draw one. High pressure. Block shot. This gritty play right here.
Who is that, Lucas? Zach Spikuza. Spikuza with the block shot gets it to Emil's Tom's Turlins, who scores it.
That positioning.
Oh, what a battle here. Tyler DeWallaby going to be joining us here, Lucas, now. Spikuza wins that battle. Tyler, you're jumping in here with us. The game of the year's already happened, and it happened right now.
Oh, I mean, this game here, let me tell you something now. This was one of the best games that I've seen personally in my time during the league. I mean, just what a game between the Avs and the Wolves. Always spectacular, especially with Alex Valentini, the former Wolf, scoring 2 goals against his former team. It's just unbelievable today.
I mean, you look at that play. Sorella pulls the netminder. Talk to me. You don't get penalized the point here. What happened?
Dan, I've never been too confused about too many plays that Chris Sorella calls. It's usually, it's Chris Sorella. You've got a legend behind the bench. So, you've got to trust that his decision is the right one for the team. But, for me, it was just a mind-boggling decision to pull the goaltender in overtime. A 5-5 game, the Wolves can take over very, very quickly. So just not the decision I would have made, but I'm not going to go ahead and say it was the worst decision because the Avalanche controlled the puck for most of the overtime because of that extra skater.
They didn't lose a face-off zone. They didn't lose a draw in the offensive end. They didn't lose one. They won 8 in a row.
With not losing a draw, it's in the offensive zone. It's very surprising because if you looked at the first and second period of the game, most of the offensive zone or defensive zone draws went to New England. So it was something that, and I gotta give a personal shout out here to Pimentel and net. I mean, the Wolves won this game because of this man right here.
Yep.
I mean, you look at it. He had 9 saves in overtime. How often in a 3-on-3 overtime? 4-on-3 because of a pulled netminder. But how often in a 3-on-3 overtime do you see a guy make 9 saves ever? You never see
you never, because it's a 5-minute period, and I just want to turn the camera here a little bit because hold on, can I even turn? Nope. Okay.
Yeah, turn. You can turn off. No.
Well, I'm just going to turn the phone here. You've got Alex Valentini talking to a couple former teammates here on the ice, and it comes full circle with this league. You've got Aiden Simmons scoring his first EHL goal after being in the EHL Premier for last year. And just Alex Valentini on a new team scoring 2 goals on this one. It's a heck of a thing to see. Seeing some guys come up from the EHL Premier, the Plum Spikuza wall line, just brilliant to see. I mean, I saw 2 Michigans at the ice den last year because of CER right here.
Love that. And what a game we were treated to. Overtime win. 1 second left, 1.1 on the clock, and then 3 seconds left.
Gotta be one of the best games I've ever seen, Dan. It's gotta be it's just so much fun to call these games. 3-letter league.
3-letter league. The Cardiac Kids, the Wolfpack howls loudest here today. Tyler DeWallaby, we thank you so much for joining us today as we get ready. The commish is about to come on and close this thing out with us.
All right. Well, you guys have a wonderful day, and I'm sure I'll be back.
We will see you soon. Tyler DeWallaby, the incredible greatest game of the year has already happened. You don't need to watch any more hockey, but keep watching it. Please keep watching it. The commish is in the building. Commish, no commercials. We made it happen, okay? One time, one of us on this show had to use
this is already better than Red Zone.
One time, it's already better than. Well, I'm a Giants fan. Anything Red Zone's better than anything I'm watching on Giants Sunday. So it's what a day. What a day we've been treated to. I mean, around the league, just close games. And the only game that wasn't close is your defending champ being defending champs, right? Like, what a day.
So Sorry, I interrupted you. Did you say there was one bathroom break? Yeah, because
he's calling you out on that one, Dan.
I walked away at one point, I gotta admit, because I had to take a bathroom break myself. But then I saw that you were gone. And I was like, where'd he go?
He's like the drummers for Spinal Tap. He just explodes into a flash of light, and then we find a new host.
Oh, I mean, the way that this ended for you guys, though, I couldn't script it, and I'm having a laugh watching you guys see how Coach Sorella is doing what he actually always does in overtime. And to the Wolves' credit, they took advantage of that one chance they got. But just like the perfect bow on great starts of the season, right? I mean, we came up with this idea. I think I threw at you guys shortly after the Frozen Finals back in April. Yeah. And I didn't, you hope and you wish that there's a bunch of 1-goal games, right? The shootout in Walpole, the empty net overtime winner in Hookset, like, okay, it's probably better than I even dreamt today could have gone. So
absolutely,
it was pretty special.
I mean, it just ending with the double heartbreak, right? It's the goal in the 5-hole with 1.1 left. It's after getting absolutely just dominated on essentially a power play for 5 minutes. You find one there. There were goals aplenty. There was so much fun. I think it was a great way to really showcase not just the teams and the players in the league, but kind of the operational success as well. I mean, we were able to pull in broadcasters from games. We were able to pull in league staff members. We were able to really showcase the coordination, right? Most of these games starting at noon, one game at 11, one game a little after that, but launching the league all on one day in one time slot. It was a really awesome way to get things going this season.
Yeah, I was asked to comment on which league staff members' interview was the best, which is really putting me in quite a spot here to start the year. But I guess I have to give Olivia some credit because she's more on the hockey ops side of things than the media side of things, right? So I thought her interview was great. I mean, Jake, like the second he popped up, I'm like, of course he's in a full suit and tie. Like, of course Jake is on opening day. Like,
Big Dog doesn't mess around.
He's Big Dog.
No, not never, right? And then Eric Doyle, who you guys I think met up at Plymouth State, our director of player safety, he texted me at one point. He goes, "The Avs look so good right now," right? Mm-hmm. And it's just like they lost today too. It's just it's such a I think I said to you guys earlier when I first got on, like, all right, we're back, right? We're officially back. Like all that work building up to it, and just the way it all unfolded. Like, I know you asked a few guys for their predictions. Like, don't ask me that right now because I couldn't tell you, right? Like, if the season plays out like today did, we're going to be on a tremendous ride towards the regional finals and Frozen finals, and obviously. New locations this year, Babson for the Northeast Regional Final, and then we're heading to Wilkes-Barre for the Mid-Atlantic. I couldn't even tell you who's going to be there right now. But I think you can see that every team is well motivated to get there, right? So I can't thank you guys enough, though, either. I came to you with kind of just a broad idea, and you absolutely killed it. So Rink Rush Live 2 next season. Let's lock that in right now.
Mr. Commissioner, anytime, man. As you know, over the last year and a half, as wild as this hockey world has gotten, I think it's brought this trio closer together, and it's brought more than just this trio closer together. Folks that are championing doing this thing right, and championing leading this sport in the right direction, and ensuring that there's still a safe place for development for players, a place that cares, a place that puts in the effort, a place that realizes you can have a successful business and still operate correctly. And a man who certainly operates Coach, to join us after that one, number one.
Look how happy he is.
Coach Sorella, that's our first time seeing that.
What's up, boys? How's it going?
What was that, Coach? Coach, it was wild.
You like that?
For sure. Dude, that's right up my alley, Coach.
We called you a riverboat gambler once we realized what was happening. That's the best way to describe that.
Oh, 100%. 100%. It was awesome. We figure it's like, we're like, hey, if we're going to lose an OT, we're going to lose an OT, right? I mean, you know, we didn't do very well in the shootout last year, so we're like, try something new. We want to challenge the guys a little bit, and, you know, and we got a skilled enough team, so why not have some odd man? And, you know, the Wolves did a great job defending it, and, you know, I think we had 11 shots in OT there, so that's good. And for game one, like, I love it. It was a great game between two good teams. But yeah, I mean, I did it a bunch last year, not as much, but this year it's going to be almost every time. Love it. Love
Coach,
it.
I got to ask you this. I put about 4 weeks of research in the NCAA Division III active rosters here in the Dan K Show studios, okay?
Yep.
And we came out with one team that ruled the entirety of junior, youth, high school prep hockey. And it was your squad, the New Hampshire Avalanche. 45 players, 45 alumni, actively playing Division III hockey last year. How do you do it? How does it happen? What's the magic recipe?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't know if there's a magic recipe. It takes a lot of work, obviously, on my end. It's not like I never sleep, right? It's if I have a day off, I don't have a day off, right? Constant contacts, and yeah, my players have to play well too. But you know, the guys that come here, they know, you know, we get guys that don't care about labels, right? We get guys that care about college commitments and going to play in college hockey. So, you know, we're fortunate to have some really, really good, talented players, and you know that reputation kind of keeps on trucking every year, right? So we got one commitment for next year already. We got another one coming this week already. So we're gonna we should be at about 3 in the next 7 to 10 days, which is amazing. And you know, that's what we're here for. That's why I do it, right? You know, but yeah, it's a little bit of luck, but a lot of hard work too. And you know, then having, you know, the league has that reputation too, that if kids come here, you know, to the league, they're going to get exposure, and that's what we've done.
Coach, final question for you, then I'll let you go enjoy the rest of your day here.
Yep.
Why should players choose the EHL? What makes the EHL as a whole so special? We've talked about your organization, the work you put in, your lack of sleep. What makes the 3-letter league, the EHL, the E Show, so special?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really well run from top to bottom, right? I mean, obviously Neil's another guy that never sleeps, right? So, you know, it's the things like the college hockey venues, the all-star games against college hockey teams. No other junior team in the country does that. Good junior league, in the country does that. It's special. That's unique, right? So now, and a lot of people don't even realize it. And when I tell kids when I'm recruiting them, they're like, really? They don't even realize it, how much that means. You could now say to a college coach, hey, this kid played against Elmira. He played against coming up Albertus Magnus, you know, nationally ranked teams, and he did well, you know, and that just proves the point, right? It proves the point that our guys can play against college hockey teams, that they're going to go in as freshmen and they're going to compete. And that's really, I think, what really makes the league is that, you know, we have guys like that, you know, that are running our league that make those decisions of, hey, let's get on college campuses. Let's play playoffs on college campuses. Let's play our championship on a college campus. Like, wow, that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
Coach, we got a similar friend in Coach Wally there in Albertus, the most famous alumni in Albertus Magnus College history. I'll be there on the call. The one time I root against you guys here in the E Show this season.
Awesome.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's a big rivalry for me too. There, Coach Wallach coached me at Quinnipiac, so you know, now we're going to be on the bench against each other. So, you know, that's going to be a lot of bragging rights after that one. So we better show up because I don't want to hear it from him for the rest of my life.
Post game, we'll tour around. We'll do the Sally's. We'll do the Modern. We'll do pizzas for the boys. And
I'm in for sure.
Hey, Coach, thank you for joining us and enjoy the day.
Thank you. Sorry for being late, guys. Thank you. Awesome. Very fun to coach. All right, boys. Thank you very much.
Hey, thanks,
hey, Coach.
See you guys.
Well, Rink Rush Live, boys, 3 hours, 37 minutes, 45 seconds. I've talked for longer.
That sounded like a threat.
Neil, run these teams back out there. Call up the coaches. We're going around to double dips today.
I give you guys credit. I brought to you really just one of those ideas, one of those singles I talked about earlier, that you watch so much Red Zone over the years. You're like, why can't we do this, right? And I have to acknowledge Adam Hooley, who you guys had on too. Like, he was always the one that pushed me to try and do something like this. And then Justin found this Riverside app, which, like, I mean, this is incredible, right? This was watching you guys check into and hearing. I think it's awesome to hear each broadcaster talk about the team that they're calling for too, because obviously there's a little bit of like Homer in there too, because that's the team that you're calling for. But just hearing all those different perspectives, right? You went down to the Nor'easter, you went over to the Wizards, we talked in Rhode Island, and just to go around the league like this today. Again, it's one of those things where every player, every coach cares most about their team and what they have going on in their locker room. But to show what we did today as a league, like, it's pretty special. So I can't thank you guys enough for being a part of that, because you're a huge reason for the success of today.
Hey, we can't thank you enough, Mr. Commish, for, again, running an operation that cares about the kids. Our motto here at the Dan K Show has always been players first. Yours is the same there with the EHL and the E-Show. And to us, it's supposed to be about these families that are making a commitment financially, personally, physically, with their bodies on the ice, playing each and every day, working out in the gym, everything they do. Hey, it's more special when you know the folks you're doing it in front of and for care about you. And that's something I've loved to see. Lucas, we're at the parting words portion of the show. I'd say you normally are pretty verbose at this portion. You've normally got parting words for everybody. What have you got for us? Parting words, hour 340 in the podcast. That's it. He said peace. See, Neil, I don't know how much you've seen parting words. When we started this show, the first ever time we did the show, it was supposed to be kind of a Jay and Silent Bob thing. Lucas did all the work behind the scenes, and I yacked. So we started with that, and Lucas kind of stuck with that mantra. He doesn't speak in the parting words. Mr. Commish, your parting words for the fans watching the E-Show at home, the three-letter league, as we close this Rink Rush Live out.
No, it happened again. Everything we do turns bad.
Or the biggest commitment to the bit of all time, he's not blinked.
Oh. He could be committing to the bit.
Commit to the bit. Commit to the bit. Commit.
This is only the respect level right now is just continuing to climb. His ability to stay so. Oh, no, he lost power.
Oh, no.
This is the second time we've had someone go, and I just want to say.
We need to make shirts. We got to make T-shirts with the EHL logo that says, I just want to say. And that's it. ... The Fantasy Challenge. EasternHockeyLeague.org/fantasy. Be sure to go to EasternHockeyLeague.org/fantasy. Be a part of the Fantasy Challenge. Remember, Dan K knows ball. Last year, Commish goes, hey, you're going to come on a podcast. Why don't you fill this fantasy thing out? I said, don't mind if I do. I won with a technicality. Someone beat me, but he had already won. So I won in second. It still counts. I take it as a win. I'm okay with a consolation prize. It doesn't hurt my ego at all.
And the point values are right there at the website, easternhockeyleague.org/fantasy. 3 points for a goal, 2 points for an assist. Your power play points are worth 1, shorthanded points 2, hat tricks worth 2, game-winning goal 1. For your goalies, a goalie win is 4 points. The hat trick points coming through from the commissioner. You know what? The commissioner, he wants it. He gets it. I think that's the lesson we've learned.
Pick Sam Steinman and Charles Etienne Waugh, and you'll win. Go ahead. Those are the two. You can pick either one of them. Guarantee a W for them. And our scores today, let's take a look at them as we get towards closing here. The Philadelphia Little Flyers, a 3-1 victory over the Pennsylvania Huntsmen. That was your first game of the year. Jacob Chow, the first goal scorer. Hockey Club Rhode Island, a 4-2 come-from-behind road victory over the Providence Capitals. The Capitals dropped that one at home. The Connecticut Rough Riders, a rough one, as they lose on the road against the Nor'easter 5-1. The Express Hockey Club Whew, blew a 4-0 lead there. Whoops-a-daisy. And next thing you know, they win one in a shootout. Next up, the East Coast Wizards. They've got the magic in them. A 4-3 victory for the Wiz over the Warriors. Nobody beats the Wiz, Lucas. Nobody. Next up, the New Jersey 87s, the defending champions. It's ESPN 8, the Ocho for them. They put up 8 in a dominating shutout victory. The Philadelphia Hockey Club and Adam Bartholomew, 3-2 nail-biter over Killer and Kilcoyne's New Jersey Bears. The final game, we watched it all together. It was the game of the year, and it was our first game of the year. The 6-5 empty net in overtime game winner for the Wolfpack. The New England Wolves take the W over Chris Sorella and his New Hampshire Avalanche. We want to thank Justin, our producer. We want to thank every single guest that joined us, all the coaches who put on a show today on ice, all those GMs, those scouts, those people that all come together, all the folks behind the scene, like Olivia talked about, the ones who do their job so you don't see it. Nobody sees Justin today, right? We hear Justin. You don't hear Justin at home. You don't see the amount of work that this gentleman put in. For 3 hours and 45 minutes, he listened to me. That is no tall. That is not an easy feat, okay? 3.5. I can't listen to me for 3 hours and 45 minutes. I usually shut down at about 25. At that point, I'm not listening to what's coming out of my mouth.
Which, I mean, you need to, right? You can only take so much of Dan K's yapping. And as a man who's listened to Dan K yap for 10 years, I was especially happy with today with all of our guests. Again, thank you so much for making this happen. It doesn't work unless we get everybody involved. Everybody pulls the cart together. We go a lot farther.
Go to thedankshow.com. Check us out. You can check out our NCAA Division III tracker there. That's dankshow.com. You can check out the Eastern Hockey League at easternhockeyleague.org anytime you want. All the stats, all the information, all the schedules. The best league in the land, a 3-letter league, the one that cares about your player, where players come first. It's the Eastern Hockey League. I'm Dan K. That's a whole crew of people behind us that made us sound okay and look okay. And it's been Rink Rush Live, the first ever and hopefully first annual Rink Rush Live here, opening your season. Thanks for watching. When Dan K's on the mic, it is